What was that as?
What did you say?
What did you say?
He said my struggle.
My struggle.
Mike's so hot.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Friday Night Tights. It must be Friday. We're all here. Well, the important people are here anyway. And we're going to get right to it because somehow Disney found a way for us to talk about the Acolyte for another week, even after one of the most boring episodes. Thanks to the bonus footage we got from Amandla Stenberg, worth how much? $3 million. Rich dad.
Yeah.
Rich dad.
I mean, she's been working. She's been working as a child actor. She started doing, I think, modeling for Disney calendars or something like that around at the age of 4.
Okay,
so yeah,
weird.
very oppressed.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's kind of weird.
A lot of people that grow up in the entertainment industry with the last name Stenberg, they're really oppressed. Okay,
Totally. Yeah.
Jesus.
Here we go. Welcome to the show, everyone. And what's up, Az?
Hi, how you doing?
Okay, comics. Thank you.
Whoa. Holy crap.
Are you okay, Az?
Yeah, we got a show to do.
We got a show to do. What's up, Ryan?
I was looking at Az's mug that he hold up. I didn't know it was heartfelt. I thought it meant I love cock. I thought that's what
I'm sure that's one way it could be interpreted.
when I glanced at him, like, wow, it is Pride Month, eh?
Yeah.
Each their own. I just said,
chicken.
It
It was a chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
There you
was
go.
a chicken.
How about that? Is that better?
Yes,
There you go.
That's perfect. The Acolyte came out, and there are so many problems with this episode, despite the fact that barely anything happened. So I'm excited to talk about it.
Me too. Hashtag me too. What's up, Shad?
Not much, Gary. So I watched The Acolyte.
Yo. Okay. Right on. Quarter Black, did you watch The Acolyte?
I did watch The Acolyte, and thank God Amandla Sandberg, or whatever her name is striking every single person that is reacting to her music, because I can't listen to it one more fucking time.
It's awful.
It's so awful. It hurts my brain. Well, it's getting copyright claimed by people who don't know how to react to things because they let the music play for too long.
Yes,
So.
and that's where it's getting hit. But I mean, honestly, it's a benefit to the audience because nobody wants to hear her mumble through a freaking song.
God, it's so bad. It's so bad. And on behalf of the mixed race community, we don't claim her. She's not one of us anymore.
There you go.
Hey, Quarter Black, would it
white?
would it make you happy to know that you're not black enough for Disney? Dang it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Still
Gary,
not
I have to disclose I was trying to get a job, just a moonlighting job at Disney, but I was told I can't. Don't have enough melanin or soul, as they say on the streets.
As they say on the streets. I'll save that joke for
twerking.
later. Maybe you should have tried twerking or wearing a dress. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the James O'Keefe video. Guess we'll be talking about that a little bit. It's been a bad week for Disney, mostly because they released a Disney TV show. But I mean,
like the one bright side, and it is a very big bright side that you have to acknowledge. Inside Out 2 at the box office has been absolutely crushing it. It's weird when you make just a generic Pixar film that you're not trying to shove each and every single type of identity politics you can into. Turns out that people will show up to the theaters despite them claiming they won't for the past several years.
That's the thing. People actually do want good movies. And, from reports of Pixar actually being half decent, going to take my kids to it. They're dying to go out into the movies any opportunity. And so they're all really keen now that there's a half decent or even average film that they can go watch. When
You're going to say half black for a minute then, but
You know what that movie would be.
thank God my kids are grown up and I don't have to watch any of these animated movies ever again. So thanks to my kids for getting old. What's up, comics?
Well, have you ever seen two trains heading straight for each other, but they end up missing and going off a bridge? That's basically the Acolyte. So
For some reason, I thought you were going to go two girls, one.
Yeah, I was somewhere. I think a better analogy.
Two trains. What kind of trains are we talking here, comics?
A better analogy is two U-Hauls going at each other and missing.
By the way, look. I've never.
Bridge.
I need to say, I've never seen it. I only know it through reputation. All right. Okay.
Thanks for pointing that out, Shad.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, we believe you.
You realize all that was faked anyway, right?
I haven't seen it. How would I know? I don't know.
But you know what you know what Shad did watch and like Twilight.
Yes.
I did.
That's even worse.
It came out last. It is Pride Month.
I will fight you on it.
Oh, I'm going to fight you because we were 38 away from 20,000 until you brought it up last show.
Did I bring it up this show, Gary? You did this time.
I did it early. I got it out of the way.
Team Edward.
Just stop.
You
Just
would be.
stop.
I love you, Shaq.
No, not you, X-Ray girl. No.
That is the only
you knew
appropriate-
X-Ray would already.
That's the only
seen it.
appropriate answer, by the way. So it's true.
Ryan likes
At
that.
2, Ryan.
I don't like it. I know it.
Yeah.
Just
The
facts.
difference. I don't like Disney Star Wars either, but I know it.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Dude, I did watch all the movies. Thankfully, I fell asleep in the last one, so I have no idea what happened, nor do I care.
That's where the superpowers come out. They get all X-Men in the last one.
Well, yeah, kind of. Until like the big battle at the end is just all fake. It's all in that fucking bitch. You can see the future's head, and nothing actually happens at the end. Yeah.
Is that
My
her
favorite is the little baby.
Is that her name in the?
face.
Is that her name in the credits?
Bitch, you can see the future. Yeah,
okay.
I believe so.
People.
Hello, X-ray Agu. We got to spend a lot of time with you over the last
I know,
couple of weeks.
it was so fun. I missed you the most, and I miss Remy the most.
I know. You sent Remy a bunch of gifts and not us. Thanks.
Well, good for you too.
No.
Use
You
them?
said no. Remy got a big box of toys thanks to you, so thank you very much. She
You're welcome.
loves them. How you doing?
That's it.
That's
I'm
it.
good. I got rest, so
Where are you?
I'm ready for this. I'm at Kara's right now, and I have Gus here. He's
Oh, he ain't
asleep
moving.
most of the time.
He ain't moving.
So yeah,
The dog's
yeah.
barely
You just
alive.
come to this country to like check out the cuisine because every time I see you with a different dog.
No, I haven't met an American bulldog yet, which I guess would just be called bulldog in your country, but maybe next week.
It was a dog tasting tour, Ryan. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And joining us again is the little Platoon. What's up, my friend? Welcome back.
Hello.
Hello.
I've also seen The Acolyte, so I'm also good. I've actually seen it several times, and I have to watch it again after this so I can carry on doing a video. But to keep myself I'm actually considering covering the Amandla Discourse song.
Who was that?
I don't know who that was. That was my
Who
cover
was
of the
that?
song.
Hold up. It was Az. Look at it. Look at that face.
That's the look of guilt. And not giving a shit.
Interrupting our guest.
Guest.
I
Our
was doing my
guest
homework.
here.
I was doing my homework.
You're supposed to do that before class.
Sorry, little Platoon.
In class is the best place to do it.
Yeah. But there's no class here.
This feels like fucking class.
Well, it is. That's what happens when you make hour-long videos that are really good, by the way. You need to watch
Thank you.
Little Platoon's videos. You do have to watch it multiple times. I got away with 1.5 at double speed. So I figured if I missed anything, I wouldn't care. And I didn't. So that's really cool. I wasn't even going to make a damn video until Amandla came out and gave us bonus content.
Discourse.
That's not going away. That's not going away. You know,
Internet is forever.
Like, does she not have like a social media man? Is there no one around who can look at that and say, that's a fucking terrible idea? What are you
They
doing?
probably encouraged her to do it.
Yeah, I think all of them said,
Oh, yeah.
"Slay, girl, you get them. You tell them racists." That's what I think.
Just shows how disconnected from reality they are. Because anyone with half a brain could figure out that's a terrible idea. She has now joined the likes of Brie Larson and who was that other insufferable?
Rachel Zegler.
Rachel Zegler.
Let's lay off on Brie Larson. It's been a long ass time since she had a cringe statement like that. We're almost over. Like, what is it? The what the fuck do you call that? Statute of limitations almost run up on Brie, okay? She hasn't said anything dumb like that in a long ass time.
I got to agree with Ryan. Right? I think now maybe Amandla snatched the crown from Rachel. That's a possibility. We'll have to see.
Oh, Rachel's clearly been told to shut the fuck up.
Hey,
clearly.
Snow White hasn't come out yet. There's still time.
They're doing reshoots again right now in London.
There's still time.
Like as of yesterday, Gal Gadot posted a picture. They're doing reshoots. I think this is the second round of reshoots, and it's now been over 2 years since they did principal photography, because the first round of reshoots got big time delayed by the strike and everything.
I can't get my head around how it's cheaper to shoot in London. Have you ever bought a sandwich there or a cup of coffee? Everything's expensive there. How is it cheaper to shoot in London than America or Australia?
You get a 25% tax break on any qualifying shit that you spend in London. Well, in the UK, I should say.
Oh,
so that's why.
I wonder if that's why they had a bunch of like baseball games over there. I think they had the Mets and or the Yankees play over in London. I wonder if that's why they did it.
I don't think so. I think that's probably to like get the English people excited for a different sport. Like they take the NFL over there for a couple games a year. They're trying to like expand their audience, you know, just like Disney Star Wars trying to expand their audience.
That's working out well.
Yeah.
That's really. Hey, what's up, Chrissy?
Hello. It's good to be here. Acolyte sucks. Still, it does not get better.
No, it didn't get better. And then we got bonus
At
footage.
least it got shorter.
It's like fine sewage.
Yeah.
It gets worse over time.
27 minutes and 11 seconds, not counting the previously on and the 6.5 minutes of credits. That's a sitcom episode.
Too long.
Awesome.
Did
you see the excuse though?
But they didn't have the budget for the Wookiee fight ads.
Well, no. Apparently this is one massive episode, so they had to cut it. Because all the exciting stuff happens next week.
And
I didn't see that.
It's weird, and that's the stuff they didn't send to the critics. So I can't wait.
Yeah.
We're all gonna be surprised. What's up, Jeremy?
No,
Somebody say Acolyte.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Fuck this show and fuck these bitches. Let's go. Happy to be here.
Did you get your air conditioner?
I did. I just got the AC installed. Air conditioner went out in the pool house here. Had to go buy another one and get it installed.
Another pool house.
It's the same one.
For our British audience, an air conditioner is a thing that blows cold air. So when it gets 78 degrees, you can make your house cooler by the device that blows cold air.
You guys can have that invention anytime. Anytime. You guys
Here
can have
waiting
one.
for you.
That was fucking wild. That heat wave.
It's like 78 degrees.
Yeah.
Showed a picture of a woman drowning herself in a fountain. You know.
Yep. Ready to be here. Ready to make fun of Amandla Steinberg, Fuckberg, whatever her name is.
Whatever it is.
Some Danish fucking bitch.
I mean, I heard. I think it was a little Platoon said, isn't there anyone around her that would tell her not to release something like this? And normally you're like, yeah, that's true. She's around people that thought Acolyte was a good series. So clearly she's not surrounded by the best. We'll just say that.
Did you? Lesbian Headlamp had a statement in her Hollywood Reporter. The Hollywood. We're going to go over the article because they give us all the lyrics in that. And no, we can't play the song at least for too long. Plus,
man,
we like you, so we won't. But she had kind of the more normal response at the end. She said, "Oh, it's just sad that people think this is the gayest Star Wars, even though I agreed with it in an interview." And she said, "This is the greatest piece of art I have ever created in my life."
Wow, that's so.
Dang.
That's uninspiring, by the way.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
Maybe it is. Maybe this is her trying her best.
My current thing is the best thing I've ever done is my current thing.
Yep.
Jeez.
Hang on. Does she consider the turds she does in the toilet art? Because if that's the case, maybe I can.
Some do.
If it came from a black woman, then it's worthy of respect, right? That's
Those are oppressed
theory,
turds.
I believe. Yeah.
You know what's great about Juneteenth is if you're driving across country, there's no traffic. Everything's closed. So it's great.
You know what's great about Juneteenth? That for the first, 30 years of my life, I'd never fucking heard of it. That's what's great about it.
Dude, I'm driving out of North Carolina, man. And you know, like those big American flags, like the
I know what you're talking about.
car dealership. You saw it too. The
Yes,
car
I did.
dealerships have. There was this effing giant stars and bars flying, dude, on Juneteenth. I'm just like, what?
Fucking massive.
I still don't know if Gary's saying the roads are clear is a carjacking joke. I'm still gonna.
The cars are in the garage.
Many layers to the joke. It's up to you to figure it out, pal. Okay.
That's right.
Or it just could be a bad joke. Not really sure. It's for you to
That's
figure
the
out.
Acolyte.
That's the Acolyte. That's the Acolyte. So it's currently at 14%. I'm guessing it's going to be frozen at that, probably till the end of time.
Well, that was one of her influences.
I feel like
Wow.
you know what? I feel like we can get down to 12 before it's all said and
Let's
done.
go. Let's
I think
go.
we can get.
12.
I
Get
don't
it
think
to
single
12.
digits is possible, but I think 12 is realistic by the next 4 episodes. I think so.
Yeah, we're only halfway.
Yeah.
What's Doctor Who's at like 27%? So Acolyte,
By the way, the ratings were still not out as of yesterday.
really?
Yeah.
Not
For
surprised.
Doctor Who.
That's actually an interesting
They're
question.
still not out now. Still not out.
That's actually an interesting question. So, of all of the big, like Marvel, DC, Doctor Who, Star Wars, even like Wheel of Time, like, have we seen anything that's got a lower audience score?
The Witcher spinoff, The Witcher Blood
Yeah,
Origin.
Blood
I
Origin.
think that got under 10%.
Okay. Okay.
A Doctor Who episode got to 0 for a short amount of time. I caught that. So
Typically what happens is it comes out, it gets absolutely fucking roasted. It'll hit a low point. After the show airs, there'll be a couple people that go back and keep trying to boost it. It'll slowly tick up.
Yep. Yeah.
No,
It's usually
something
what
like that.
happens.
13. We're close.
Ooh.
Wow.
All right. So
Holy shit.
Oh,
Now that was under that for a little while.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
under 10.
I think it was at 8 at one point.
Mhm.
Was Blood Origin.
did you watch Blood Origin, Little Platoon?
I think I got 10 minutes into an episode of it, and that was basically enough for me.
You're a brave man. You're a brave man for getting 10 minutes in. It's horrible. Is it as bad as the Acolyte? We got to wait for it to finish. Because it's pretty bad. Willow's pretty bad. Not even on the platform anymore. Not even on the platform.
Wow, Willow, gosh, that's memories. That is a unique piece of turd right there.
So we now have a contrast, which is going to be great. House of the Dragon premiered. Ryan and Mahler and I talked about it with Fringy on a live stream. We like the episode. It's solid. The production is brilliant. It's amazing. By the way, 2 female leads, diverse cast. There's going to be some gay characters in it. Nobody has a problem with it. And now you have it compared to, and you got a full like 1 hour episode with a complete story and characterization and everything kind of made sense. And then you have 27 minutes of The Acolyte that cost probably as much as that episode, I would guess, Ryan. I would say it was pretty equal budget for each episode.
Yeah, I mean, House of the Dragon, we don't know exactly what the budget is for season 2, but we know for season 1, for 10 episodes, 1 hour long each of season 1, we know that cost $200 million. And we know that The Acolyte for 8 30-minute episodes costs $180 million. So
It did.
Lightsaber VFX are really expensive. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
So
something like
consuming.
something like the Acolyte is really it's obviously it's not convincing any of us that Hollywood is a shit place, but it is convincing a lot of normies that maybe weren't paying. Like everyone is paying attention to how bad this is, and the nonsensical narrative that fans hate female leads or diversity or things with gay people. Like more and more people are starting to realize that. It's still going to take time. It's not like the Acolyte's going to just end that. But I mean, we had just the Nintendo Direct. You had 2 female-led games that were announced that everybody was excited for. You know, whatever, who cares? We just want to have good stuff.
See, the reason for that is, you see, that we do actually still hate the women and the gays. It's just that because
You
we're
particularly.
grifting. I particularly
I
hate the
like
gays.
him.
I absolutely loathe them. Yeah, it's disgusting. Like the reason we're not shitting on House of the Dragon and like female-led games that are good is because our audience likes them and we're just grifters. And so
That's
because
right.
the audience likes them, we
Yeah,
have
boy.
to pretend like we like them, even though on a different situation we are the ones who are telling our audience to hate the Acolyte. So one of those
Exactly.
2 things is true, probably, maybe.
Probably.
that's such a great point because like, they said the same thing about House of the Dragon. Because like fully admitted that I thought House of the Dragon was not going to be good. I didn't think I was going to like it. With the bad taste that Game of Thrones left in my mouth, didn't think it was going to be anything. During that first episode, I'm like, well shit, I kind of like this show.
This
and
changes
then by the
everything.
second episode, I'm like, I am down. I am in. This feels like it's back to me. I'm invested. And of course, like, it's like, well, once their audience liked it, they just decided they were going to pretend to like it. It's like, you guys are so fucking retarded. You can't keep your lies straight. Like, either we're convincing everyone to hate something or they're convincing us to like it. Like, it has to be one of those things, right?
It's all a big conspiracy. It can't just be that there's bad content out there and we don't like bad content.
Yeah, it's amazing how binary the non-binaries are, isn't it?
It's like, listen, I don't know about you guys, but I think all the racists out there that would go fucking review bomb something just because it's got a black person in it, I feel like those people might have thought about review bombing, I don't know, Black Panther. Like maybe like every fucking Tyler Perry movie, maybe you could go and fucking ratio that. But for some reason, that doesn't seem to be the case. Well, these very specific examples of the racists coming out of the woodwork to review bomb something.
And the point you just made, though, like on one hand, they say, well, he only likes it because his audience liked it. Then on the flip side, they'll say, well, he's weaponizing his audience to go hate these things. And it's like, which one is it? Either we're controlled by our audience or our audience controls us, or maybe everyone just hates this shit that they're producing at times. And it's such a weird argument that they make. That's a good point, Ryan.
Yeah. I'm going to state.
Platoon made it. I just repeated
I know.
You made it better.
No, that's a good point, Ryan.
Typical American.
I don't want to give him credit. You know,
Great idea, Ryan.
Yeah.
And Ryan isn't fucking.
It's like hamburgers, French fries, pizza. It's like everything. We took it. We made it a little more simple so our people can understand it and enjoy it.
We dumbed it down.
When Little Platoon was talking, I just heard wah, 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 wah.
It does not to get political, but it's like somebody was talking about the 2016 presidential run, and when Ben Carson would talk, he would talk like in these big fucking words. He would say all these fancy words that made so much sense, but no one understood it. And then Trump was like, "Yeah, we're gonna win. We're gonna win big. Nobody's gonna get tired of winning." And everybody's like, "Fuck yeah, that's right." Yeah, everybody
was like, "Yeah, keep it under 2 syllables."
Keep it simple.
He speaks the common tongue.
Meanwhile, we had a brain surgeon.
A brain surgeon.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
He's too soft for that position, man.
Go have a beer with him. That's what it's about.
Well, that's good. There goes my point. After we dumb everything down for us Merkins, which is kind of true. I did want to point out stating the obvious that when the criticism comes towards, it's always towards the chat. It's the royal we. It's not just a YouTuber. The criticism goes, well, your audience is so dumb, they will just do everything you say and agree with everything you say. And what the access media doesn't realize, what Disney doesn't realize, they don't care, is that's their audience too. They so when Amandla comes out and calls everybody racist, I'm sure she's being specific to whatever she's seen on Twitter. But
white people.
But everybody gets pissed off at it, and they're going to take it personal when an actor decides to make a diss track. That's a great description, Jeremy, by the way. She made a diss track against Star Wars fans. And then what's going to happen? And Ryan, you talked about that the access media is going to fly in. They're going to fucking make a bunch of articles. And then Disney Star Wars is going to put up some fucking post in support, just like we saw with Moses Ingram. It's the same song and dance.
Yeah.
And that one chick before her.
Rose Tico.
Oh, and Amazon did this too. Amazon didn't come out and they kind of did. They came out in support of DISA. This is the same song and dance over and over again. And as I asked in my video, when does this ever fucking work? That's
ever. What I was going to say. Yeah.
Ever. Never.
Look at it. Every single time they attack the fans, does it ever work? Not a single time. And then she goes out and does this whole stupid rap thing that just looks repulsive, right? And it's just going to make people hate her. So it's baffling that she thought that anything that would work. It really feels like it's just a sign of huge insecurity.
And it's a
desperation.
They see it as badges of honor in their circles.
Yes,
that's
it also looks good. It looks good for them when they say there's a racist thing that happens in the future, because they be like, look, it happened to Amandla and it happened to the 5 different girls that happened to it before. And you
look
you
at what
don't
happened to
look into
Daisy
it.
Ridley and Kelly Marie Tran, and like they continue to repeat the lies after lies that stack on top of each other.
Well, they're not going to get any good reviews or good press, so they're just going to take the bad press and manipulate it to be like, "Oh, look, we're getting attention."
Yeah, isn't that what
2000s.
Amandla said in her song, that they're gonna be disingenuous with their statements and support narratives? That's weird.
Yeah, she seems to think that the actual mainstream media doesn't side with her on this issue. That was like
That's hilarious.
What are you talking about? They have a responsibility to report the truth. They should report that you've been racially abused again. And it's like, that's not, you've already got them on side. Why are you lecturing them? Stop it.
Do you know you work for a company that owns most of those media outlets, either in pocket or actually owns them?
You know what that feels like? It feels like a threat. She goes to the first lyrics are about the fans, about people that vague people out there that could be anybody that's a fan of Star Wars is now racist if they say anything about it. And then the next chorus is, or the next verse is about the journalist. It's very much like Sweet Baby Inc., where she goes, you need to threaten them. You need to threaten them and act the way that you need to act.
Yeah,
You terrify them. That's that kind of thing. And she's like, what is she talking about? They are all on her side.
But
My
she was
favorite
saying,
journalist.
We're talking truth to power, and you're like, no, you are the power.
You are the power.
We're gonna do what? Did I write the show? Did anyone here write the show? Did we cast the show? Did we fund the show? Did we direct it, edit it, anything? Do fucking catering? No, not a single solitary thing. You are the power. Disney is the power.
I'm gonna get in a limousine and drive to my 5-star suite and pen down a diss track to Star Wars fans and speaking truth to power right after I cast my Disney paycheck, and have 50 people help me with this video I did by myself with makeup. She had somebody blowing wind in her fucking hair at one point. I love a video about oppression that's just locked in on her face the whole fucking time.
My favorite part was like the part towards the end where she effectively said that black people aren't able to hold in their rage, and if they do, it results in addiction and diseases for the black community.
Wow.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Really?
That's what she said.
That.
That reminds me of a scene during the what's that movie? The League of
What even is that?
The Negro, like American, like
the American Society of Magical
Negroes.
Wait, you were setting me up there. Hang on. Oh, keep going. Keep going. What was the name of that?
What was that movie, Gary?
The American Society of Magical Negroes.
There we go.
That's the one. You can't express anger because it makes white people uncomfortable.
God, we used to, like I said, we used to be a proper country where George Lucas made Star Wars and we had diss tracks like Hit 'Em Up. Now we've got the Acolyte and bullshit like this. Like, I can't believe this is the level of diss track that we are at now, where Amanda, I don't know how much traction it's got, because this is still on Instagram, right? She hasn't deleted this.
No,
this is still up. Yeah,
she's very proud of it.
Likes, yeah.
You can't shame people into liking something. You can't shame people into changing their tastes.
Fucking Rice Gum would be embarrassed of this diss track, for fuck's sake.
Why was she climbing that fence?
And then it
now she's running away.
And then it follows her into a Target. She just picks up a few things.
Like, this is so bad. Like, fucking Jake Paul's music videos are starting to look good to me. That's how bad this shit is. Like, this is horrible, man. There is nothing redeeming about this.
Yeah, that twerking stuff just looked like she was having an epileptic fit or something.
Yeah, what is going? Like, why would you choose that to sort of accompany your video? Because, like, I am not a racist, though I'm frequently told that I am one. But I am in favor of oppressing whatever the fuck this is, because.
Me too. I back that.
Hashtag me too. Hashtag.
Now, Ryan,
if
you say that in a way I can understand, right?
Yeah, basically, shut this shit down. This is awful. Yeah. Like, listen, if she wants to gyrate, she wants to have an epileptic fit. She could have one on my dick. I'll prove I'm not racist. I swear. Let's do it.
Pull up in this mess, we be robbing. We be robbing. We be robbing. You think it's a game, but really it's not. Show with the force becoming it hot.
Everybody must eat.
Everybody.
Robin in the
hood.
Love that. He really did like that, by the way.
He did.
Are we sure that he didn't make this video with her?
He might have.
Robin in the hood. God.
So this is what Disney wants their brand to be, right? Like
Yes,
this right
yes,
here.
yes, yes.
Crotch shot up at 25-year-old Amandla Stenberg, who's never been oppressed a day in her life, is more privileged than any of us on this panel will ever be, yelling at people that don't like her show that they're racist while gyrating. This is the new Disney.
I brought this up with the Magical Negroes time. Why is it always the mixed race blacks that have to go so damn hard?
Yeah.
Well, that's the point I was going to make, though. We learned from Disney that this isn't quite what they want. She barely made the cut.
Right.
Barely.
She barely made the cut with her light skin.
Jeremy, that is unfair. She identifies as a they them.
Oh God.
And she was in 2015, I think, came out as bisexual. Then a couple of years later came out as pansexual. Then came out as gay. So she is literally looking at the boxes and then deciding, this week we're going to go with
this one.
The Oppression Olympics.
And those first couple you're talking about, she was probably like 15 or 16 years old.
Yeah.
Then.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, I'm not saying that Hollywood fucked with kids, but
I was going to say a child actress from Hollywood. It checks out. Yeah. She'll identify as an attendant of rehab soon. So that
shout out Bryan Singer.
Shout out, hey.
Kevin Spacey.
Harvey Weinstein.
The person that decided to go to fucking Israel to get rid of the heat.
I know.
Holy shit.
Look, Kevin Spacey's a good enough actor. I'm willing to look the other way. All right.
He really
it's like remake the last season of House of Cards,
Honestly, I'm fully on board for that. Like, I really hope he can get redeemed enough just to get that last season. Then they can throw him away forever.
It's like
really
football players. Listen, football players, they might fucking beat their spouse. They might drink and drive. They'll do some fucked up shit. But if you can go out there, catch 10 passes for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, sign him to my team, man. Let's go.
Tom Brady could have got
slow white wide receiver who goes to church every Sunday. We'll cut his ass. Replace him with his
I can just picture Ryan's team right now. Their main color will be white. And they'll be called the Bigots.
Yes, damn right.
But if Tom Brady had got caught snorting coke off a fucking male prostitute's penis, I would have been like, that's fine. Just fucking throw the ball good, Tom. Just throw the ball good. That's all I care about.
That's it. Well, I'm willing to start a GoFundMe to get Kevin Spacey back on his feet so we can get that last season of House of Cards. It's worth it.
He's got a lot of debt, apparently.
Yeah, let's help him out. Let's get a GoFundMe for Frank Underwood. Let's get this party started. I think we can pull it off.
Here's the thing, though. There has to be some strings attached. He has to, like,
he can't rape anybody.
No, I don't care about that.
No,
Fine.
No.
You can rape one person. That's it.
Yeah. Let's a quota per week. But let's just limit the damage. He needs to officially change his name to Frank Underwood. He has to permanently use the accent. And he can only be Frank Underwood. He can't do anything else in his life. Like, every action he has to take as Frank Underwood. I would be down with that. Then let's crowdfund it.
Let's do it.
We'd take it too.
It doesn't get mentioned enough how bad that final season of House of Cards was. That was fucking horrific. How bad they went full force and
is it worse than the Acolyte?
It's pretty fun. I
don't know about that.
Well, no. What I'll say is it's the drastic drop off, though, with how far they went for the all women cabinet. Like, it was really bad.
Spin on it.
But if you're talking just direct comparison of the final season of House of Cards to Acolyte, no, Acolyte's worse. But when you're talking about the high level that the House of Cards was, that final season was horrific.
Well, that's coming for Yellowstone. Kevin Costner out.
Yep.
Yeah. The Acolyte star Amandla Stenberg releases a song responding to fan backlash. The Star Wars star has posted an original music video in reaction to haters flooding with intolerable racism. I love this first one. I put this in my video. In what's likely an industry first, a TV show star has written or released a song and a music video complete with dance moves in response to racist backlash against the show. Well done, Disney. You managed to... I can't believe this. You made it.
Dance moves?
With dance moves. No, they managed to make an episode that wasn't as bad as the previous episode. It's still bad. It sucked. Probably because it's shorter, but it wasn't as bad as episode 3. And if they just shut the hell up, it probably would have faded out. And then they followed it with this. And then, of course, James O'Keefe came out and dropped a bomb the next day, too. So
they got the ratings. They were like, Amandla, drop it now.
Yeah. I like how Dave Filoni took over Gary's soul for a second when he said, episode 3.
That was a stroke. Okay. So episode 3.
Oh, that's fine. I personally, and I'm all for standing against racism, but I will not stand against this racism until Ewan McGregor does a car video letting me know that it's racism, and I'm patiently waiting for that. I'm patiently waiting. And
nothing says that Disney hasn't just called you on the phone and told you to make a video right now. And being stuck in a car making a video about don't be racist, please.
Well, remember he said I've just been made aware. Like that's what he said in that video.
And I hope when he makes the video about Amandla, he actually says like Moses Ingram, just because he can't tell the black girls apart.
Whoever they are, it doesn't matter to me.
They put out exactly the same video, and then when it gets to Moses Ingram, it just goes Amandla Stenberg.
Yeah, an AI. It's like an AI. Legion of Memers is
different mouths.
Legion of Memers is already on it. So
yes, Memers, let's make it happen. If you guys can get that before FNT will play it, we need an AI that just says Amandla Stenberg where he says Moses.
Official statement from Disney.
The crazy part is up until now, there honestly hasn't been a ton of criticism of her. Now, of some parts of her acting and stuff like that, yes, certainly the story and the writing has what's been getting blasted by nearly everybody right now. Like that's been the focus of this entire thing. She just turned some more eyes back to her when it comes to this, and I think she's going to come under more scrutiny than she ever was before.
I think she wanted to, though. I think the level of narcissism with these people is talk more about me. I don't care. I don't care about the attention in terms of good or bad, because my bubble here will always be here to tell me that I'm amazing. I'm the best. My fucking holiday home in Denmark, that my fucking millionaire dad, she don't give a shit. This is fucking playtime for her. She don't give a shit.
I'm being
Maybe
repressed.
Launch a music career.
She's gonna be repressed right into a next acting role by people who are going, oh, look what you did. That was amazing. We've got this wonderful new fucking role lined up. It's about a strong, independent, black or half black in your case, woman who's up against the white man. And she'll be, yeah, I'll sign on. There's another fucking $1 million for doing fuck all apart from being a massive. See you next Tuesday.
Wow. Why are you holding it? Is it because we got demonetized last week, and it was probably because I leaned into that word pretty hard with Alyssa Mercante?
No, it's because I got demonetized for my episode 4 review, and I'm trying to teach myself not to say cunt.
I haven't been demonetized on any Acolyte videos so far.
I thought Disney was censoring everybody. It's an attack. It's censorship, right? Oh my God.
In reality, it's there's YouTube changed something, and every time they change something, the limited ads goes a little crazy for a couple of weeks.
Massive incompetence.
Yeah,
massive.
Always lean towards massive incompetence before conspiracy.
Agreed.
You like a good
especially when it comes to
conspiracy.
tech and changes. Yeah. It's never easy rolling code out.
You know what's bad when they're quartering? You know what's bad when the quartering is getting demonetized? Quartering dances in his videos around every word.
He's literally dancing in his videos now because he's standing.
I know.
He takes 5 minutes to get between words. Never mind dance around them.
Hang on a second.
I was just waiting.
You're a cunt. It's so good. Whenever I see that as a Twitter response to somebody, it's the best. It's the best.
Just the image, just that final image of him leaning in.
You're a cunt.
You know exactly what it's saying.
You never click off that. When you see that, you're not clicking away. You have to finish it.
Yes.
You have to finish it. You're like, oh, I've seen this before. You're like, I'm going to watch it again. I'm going to laugh.
You don't want to, you have to finish. You don't want to click away, right? Just like, never mind. So Amandla posted happy Juneteenth. And to those who are flooding me with intolerable racism.
Show the receipts then.
Yeah, I was going to say, where are the receipts on that one?
I'm only interested in the tolerable racism. Thank you very much.
I'm sure they're just like the last time this happened. It's like 3 people that aren't even racist and 1 that is, because it's the internet and people are trying to get you to be mad about something. It's going to be the exact same thing. Ignore them.
At least
ignore them.
At least Moses came up with like 3, you know.
Yeah, at least.
Well, those were on very good ones.
You mean the
though.
Disney
Like,
they weren't.
You've been flooded with them. You'd think you'd actually pick some really, really bad ones. But from what I remember of those, there was one which was saying something like, you only got hired because of diversity. And I said, well, that's not racist. That's just, as we know, thanks to Mr. O'Keefe, and as we knew anyway, because it's obvious, that's just a statement of fact. But they at least give us something to work with. Don't just, if you redefine racism to mean, like, make it so broad that, of course, it counts as any kind of criticism is racist, then fine. But I wasn't aware that saying, oh, Ki-Adi-Mundi isn't supposed to be alive yet. That's not a racist point, I don't think. It's hard to sort of claim racism off the back of that, but she might be trying.
It is now.
Well, it's not racist. It's just, anti-gay.
It's
good point.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I mean, listen, you got it all wrong. Amandla Stenberg was hired on her acting prowess. Okay, she is the Peter Sellers of her generation. She can play 2 parts exactly the same. Okay, how many people can do it?
It's funny that you even like bring it up, like ironically, because she didn't even audition for this. You want to talk about privilege? You want to talk about like having an easy life? She didn't audition for this. Leslie Headland approached her and showed her all of the concept art, all of the designs, and she said, I have had you in my head to play this role, because all the concept art was her face on it.
In any other context, that's just stalking, by the way. Like, you turn up with someone and say, I've been dreaming about you for 4 years. Here's my pictures. Like,
here's my wall of photos.
Yeah, and she said, if you don't take this role, it's really going to break my heart. And man was, of course I'm going to take this role. She wasn't the best person for the job. She was the one that Leslie Headland, former Harvey Weinstein personal assistant, decided that she wanted to play this role. And that's how she got the role.
This sounds like a hairdresser thing, one of those grooming things.
What
Yeah.
makes her
I don't know, but it
so
certainly doesn't
sexual?
sound like she's fucking oppressed.
No, no.
Brown Boy Summer was in Russian Doll.
That's right.
He's also gay. She hired her wife. Yeah, she hired her wife who.
Oh, Shillmonger. Okay.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if she's gay, but I'm pretty sure her wife is. And
Rebecca Henderson.
And then we go to the planet of communist lesbian space witches.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have the interview with them saying, you know what? I think this is the gayest Star Wars. And everyone on the planet is saying, yes. Yes, it is.
Correct.
Actually. Nobody is disagreeing with
And then you
on
follow
this.
that up with, why do you hate gay people?
Yeah.
What?
Since it took me 72 hours on my laptop to make this song, pressing X to doubt.
Yeah.
And video.
It's not very good, so maybe.
No, you got 72 hours to respond, and I expect what?
It's short for choreography, old man.
Choreo, dude.
Choreo.
He doesn't know those never mind, I'm not even gonna say it.
Lingo.
I know some, but I can't say most of it. Okay.
He doesn't know the black language.
Bro, I was in prison. Again, I know a bunch. I just can't say it. Okay. Scroll down to the lyrics. Let's get down to these.
I honest to goodness thought that was Cheerio. I thought she was asking.
Cheerio.
That's what I was saying. That's what I'm like. Cheerio.
Good boy.
For a sweet treat at the end of it.
Now let's keep in
All right,
mind.
so this is. Let's see.
Ryan has pointed this out. Many have pointed this out. That N Wokeness put out a tweet a couple of weeks ago now, Ryan, from her talking to Trevor Noah on The Daily Show about a completely different film back in 2018, 19, a few years
18.
ago.
Trevor King.
No connection to the Acolyte whatsoever. Now, her statement checks out after like listening to the song, but there was no connection to it, and context does matter. And it was put out to kind of bolster a narrative that you didn't need to add anything to, by the way. It was already there with the Acolyte and Disney's marketing. We don't need to add stuff that really had nothing to do with it. So that's what she's responding to. It's also a giant virtue signal for Juneteenth, talking about oppression against.
But a lot of these publications need to just be aware, like when you put stuff out there, you could have very easily been just as effective by saying, this is the Acolyte star back in 2018 saying she wanted to make white people cry.
Yeah,
and then at least,
these are the type of people Lucasfilm hires.
Exactly.
That's your tweet.
Right. 100%. Yeah. But instead, it kind of really did look bad that they just attached that. And then so many people run with it because that's the internet. Got to be a little more careful with that stuff. That's all. I mean, and we're all going to make that mistake from time to time. But once you realize it, get rid of it and move on.
You gotta do your due diligence when you're doing this stuff.
Exactly.
That's right. So I'm going viral on Twitter again. Open up the news to find out something interesting.
No. You got to do it the way she did it.
All right, Ryan, go.
Twitter again.
Ryan, you are the
interesting things. 20 million views. Interview from 2018 with Trevor the King. When I was a teen, I was running from city to city to speak on a story. You know the one, police murdering a black boy. My people cried in theaters finding release. White people cried so they could see us as human beings. Trevor asked what I want the people to know.
Holla.
I said why people crying was the goal.
Holla.
If they could take one thing, what
Mic
would it
check
be?
One.
I said empathy. Ooh, that's why
Holla.
they're mad at me.
It's weird.
Make hate, they recognize, make it look like the same propaganda they spew, because they conflate our pain with violence and try to weaponize everything that we do.
Check me 1, 2.
Desperation of oppressors is rising, and
Po,
now they
po,
hold
can't
on
get
to
me.
anything that they can use.
This is getting
You rely on
cringier than her.
information that tells me you're afraid of the truth.
Shout out to the 313.
Don't fuck with your discourse.
Oh my god.
Where's that choreo?
So she's identifying saying my people.
If you didn't realize, we love black people, okay?
By the way,
we obviously.
big round of applause for the Friday Night Tights diversity and inclusion officer, Ryan Kittle.
Listen, black ladies love Ryan. We saw that in Vegas.
Yes, we did.
Oh yeah, karaoke king over
That's
here.
right. That's right.
So she's half white, okay? What makes her decide, what's her people and what's not her people? And I have a feeling she is not very connected with what people would consider the black experience in America, with how privileged she's, grown up.
Yeah, she's popping out her violin every 2 seconds, going, "Look."
Are you saying
totally
that the
normal.
plot twist here is that this is actually about the oppression of the Danish people? Is that where we're going?
Possibly.
Yes.
Possibly.
Just imagine if she was based as fuck and she was actually talking about white people. About we're repressed, and she's actually referring to the white side of her.
Well,
That'd be quite.
I'm gonna guess no.
Oh,
And now you list.
You have to try really hard,
I did my verse. Somebody else's turn.
Ryan, you need to redo. We need to make a Friday Night Tights production where you are Childish Gambino, and we do a "This Is America."
Oh God!
From your perspective, that's what we need.
I don't know.
I want to do that. That would be amazing.
Oh God!
No.
This is America, Ryan Kennel.
That could be your retirement video.
That might be a Rumble exclusive, but
Just people taking orders and he guns them down with an AK.
Holy shit, that'd be amazing.
They actually mentioned Gambino in her song.
That's why I thought about saying it, because I was like, oh yeah, because that to me, this reminded me of that This Is America. This reminded me of that. Another Disney actor with a cringe social justice propaganda rap song.
Privileged, very privileged.
Very privileged.
Yes. He grew up in a wealthy household. Yeah. Not that that's a bad thing, but when you start to pretend that you are oppressed when you grew up like that, bro, stop. Think about yourself.
Wait, are you telling me that the industry that's known for being fake ass bitches are fake ass bitches?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
Shocking. I'm not going to sing it like her. So
I'm not either. Fuck that.
And now you listening, I'ma tell you something fascinating.
This is just as bad. This is actually worse.
I'ma tell you.
Possibly better. This is better.
This is actually worse than you trying to sing it.
Gary, this is effectively blackface, but for your voice.
Everybody be quiet so they can meme it correctly.
All right.
This is black voice.
They spinning woke, bastardize it, appreciate it. Last I recall, woke was something we created.
Appropriate. It says appropriate it, not appreciate it.
Appreciated, appropriated, whatever.
Like 2 lines into this.
I'm trying to make it better.
It's kind of difficult to make this better.
They spin and woke, bastardize it, and appropriate it. But last I recall, we was something we created. Speak truth to power. Keep an eye out for your silly racists. And now they use it to describe anything that's they're threatened by. Remember when Gambino put it in the zeitgeist? When did Gambino put what in the zeitgeist? What's she talking about? Woke?
This is America.
Woke has been around longer than Gambino's been around. You fucking kidding me?
5!
Oh my god.
5 years old.
Yeah, the term has existed since the 60s. So
I mean, it's just nothing what she says is factual, accurate at all. Like woke was something we created. Speak truth to power. It's like even according to the left's definition, that's not woke.
It was all about people recognizing bigotry, which is exactly what we're doing with Disney right now. So good.
Yeah,
the power of community. You see why I fucking hate that word, Jeremy?
Commie fucker. Yeah.
There you go. Not fodder for your clickbait. Speaking of which, journalists,
yeah.
I'm looking at you. Looking at you. Not
Are you
fodder.
gonna hate every word she says? Because you can't use any of them if you're just gonna get mad because she used them.
No, it's not because she used them.
She said it.
It's how it. No, it's how it's used. It's how
Do you know
it's used.
this really
Fuck
comes
'em.
across.
It's a
as,
commie word.
How you doing, fellow blacks? That's Amandla Stenberg right there with a fucking skateboard in the hallways.
I have an afro, guys. I have an afro. You see it?
Did you forget it's your job to provide the truth? They weren't telling the truth when they were talking about the Acolyte. We could, again, go over the Rotten Tomatoes and show all the made-up fucking websites that are praising it. Spreading divisiveness, mining the metrics and date. God, who does that?
Hang on.
Wait.
Who's spreading divisiveness, you stupid?
It's at the tip of my tongue. It starts with D.
Who said mining the IPs, remember?
I
Who
know.
said mining the IPs?
yeah, Bob Iger.
Who intimidates journalists or seduces them with access? Who does that? Who does that? The company you work for, maybe? Maybe.
But this virtue signaling victim, like she is spreading the idea that racism is everywhere and she's a victim, everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
She really, who is spreading divisiveness with that attitude? She is such a friggin' hypocrite. Oh my gosh.
So like when she's talking about the journalist, I'm kind of like, okay, yeah, like I agree with you. The journalists are really bad and they do sow in divisiveness and misinformation.
Yeah, but they're on her side.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes,
the ones she's talking about is like the majority are on her side that back Disney and back all this crap. So what are you?
These are the people who
never enough.
These are the people who try to convince you that the Acolyte was a smash ratings hit, that it just did incredible numbers, when in reality, as soon as you have something to compare it to, it's easy to show it's actually the worst performing Disney Plus Star Wars show in history. All right. But like but the journalists, they're just out to get Amandla Stenberg. Everyone is oppressing you. Everybody is always oppressing you. You're constantly a fucking victim. And this is a problem in general with with people that grow up thinking that if you're black in America, that everyone's out to get you, that you never have a shot, you never have a chance because you're just being oppressed this way and that way. It's really the fault of parents who continue to teach their children that that's what they should expect, that they should always expect to be kept down by the man. Nothing's ever their fucking fault. And all the things that go bad in their life are because 400 years ago, Africans sold other Africans to white people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. You can't talk about history. Don't be talking about history.
History's bigoted, dude.
No, that's according to the Woman King, Ryan. No, never mind. You seem to give up all your ethics for money and views. And I can tell you that people are tired. Yes. They're very tired of Disney. We are all very tired.
There's plenty here I agree with her on. I don't think she thinks we're coming at it from the same angle, but
it's zero self-awareness. Absolutely. Which is not surprising when she does an entire video about oppression with a camera locked on her face the entire time. So, and the kids
and a crotch.
And the kids well, yeah, that too.
She's talking about divisiveness, and then she says, my point was to make white people cry. So it's like, you're creating the divisiveness.
No, right. Her logic, it gets even worse. Her logic was, my film made black people cry because they saw another black boy being killed by the police. My film made white people cry because they saw us as human beings.
Yeah, that's the racist. That
so
is
it's
so
even more
egregiously bad.
disgusting because she is essentially saying white people, she's half white, by the way, white people don't see black people as human beings until my film showed that
saved lives. It saved lives,
I know.
Dude, the internal hatred for your own race is so sad. Like, why do you have to fight this so much? It's okay to be white. Amandla, it's all
we're
right.
done
okay?
now.
But it's not. It's not though, is it? It's
She's like, don't think about it.
Okay.
I'm not taking pictures with my dad because he's too fucking white.
Her parents must be really proud of her.
So proud.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
She's just an actress playing a role. None of this is real.
An adult pretender. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the record, when we get demonetized, it's not Disney. It's a quarter black Garrett. So.
Guys, I'm also black.
White
YouTube,
Garrett.
I am black.
And the kids don't trust anything that they view. And as I said in my video, not to worry with the Acolyte. No kids are watching that show.
Yeah.
It's all like YouTubers.
We can go over the ratings later.
Yeah, we can. We can learn something from their discernment. The future's coming, and it's always the youth. Well, that is poignant.
That's been the slogan for every mad movement from basically Mao to the Nazis. It's just kids are not discerning. Kids are morons, and like the idea that you can appeal to morons in order to get your point across is sinister, and you should stop doing it.
Well, and the best part about this when it comes to Star Wars is even teens, even children think that what they're putting out is too cringe to watch. Like they're not watching it, right? Disney Plus, when it comes to their Marvel and Star Wars show, have the lowest percentage of Gen Z viewers of any other streaming service out there.
They lost generation
watching these types of franchises. And that, even as many times as like people up here might say that Star Wars is dead or that they don't care anymore, what's really going to be the nail in the coffin is when you don't get the next generation invested, and that's what's happened to Star Wars.
Yes, you lose a generation.
The past 10 years.
That's what happened. Comic books, Star Trek is aging out, Star Wars, and maybe this would probably naturally happen anyway. They just hastened it. Things age out. Nothing lasts forever, obviously, but they decided to just give it cancer. Just to hurry things up.
This can't be true. People on Twitter tell me all the time that I'm just mad that I'm not the target audience for Star Wars anymore, but the new fans are keeping it alive and it's as good as it's ever been. That's what I keep being.
That's weird.
I'm sure that's
Same with Doctor Who.
And Little Platoon, I'm sure they got all that from watching clips on TikTok and not actually watching the show, which most of them do. Not watch the show. If as many people were bitching about the Marvels on Twitter actually went and saw the movie, it would have done well. But it didn't.
No.
Oh, do we need to read the, this is the, yes.
Yeah, we do. We need to do it.
Yep.
My sis said, don't let it get down my spirit. but I'm sick and fucking tired of suppressing my rage. 400 years of taking their bullshit. From where? From your mansion?
Wait a second. Let's break this down, Amanda.
You're 400 years old?
This down for a second. Who are you talking about when you say their bullshit?
Wait.
I like that. Like the next sentence as well is comparing her invented trauma to black people being put in cages.
Yes.
It's like she's actually comparing herself to slaves, which is just fucking mad.
So desperate to be a victim, she's going to, piggyback off of the oppression of the past and say that she's had to endure it as well.
You gotta love 25-year-olds, man.
They are really fucking dumb. Yeah.
Dude, they are.
That's what Leonardo DiCaprio says too.
No!
Well, that's too old. That's too old.
Yeah, that's too old.
Let's get up there.
Is she now arguably the worst actress, like in terms of like the, obviously Brie started all of it. Ryan's been trying to do the redemption tour with her. Rachel, what's her name? Zegler. Yeah. Who else? Then we had who was the other one? We had one more that was a
one from Kenobi. What was her name?
That's Moses Ingram Reva. There was one more though, wasn't there?
The Asian girl?
No. Kelly Marie Tran was great. She's actually a sweetheart.
Chris is just naming races.
Yeah, I know.
The Armenian
the Asian
woman.
We're talking to chick from the High
Iranian.
Check the chat. The chat might know, but it feels like there is another one. And there's probably a few.
Oh
more.
yeah,
there's a lot of insufferable women in Hollywood.
Yeah. She's not the worst one. She's just the next one.
I don't know.
There's gonna be another one right behind her.
I think Amandla Stenberg might be the
I
worst.
think this is bad. I think a whole diss track against Star Wars fandom. I mean, it's one thing for Rachel Zegler to. I mean, she shits on her own fucking movie and the source material.
I will say that is the cringiest. For
Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey.
Yeah, that's another one.
It wasn't terrible.
She was pretty bad. She was pretty bad, but she wasn't as bad as Rachel Zegler. Rachel Zegler was probably the worst up to this point, but I think that Amandla has taken over.
Halle Bailey was thankful for Rachel Zegler, took all the heat off her. She's like, thanks, girl.
It's that confidence, like dudes out there aren't saying shit.
Yeah.
Like you're barely the worst that the guy from this was he didn't understand Star Wars, which is egregious when you work on a Star Wars show, but it's not this.
He's probably grateful for her taking the heat off.
Yeah. I'm also mixed race. I could say some shit. I should probably not.
Yeah, somebody mentioned Velma. What was her name in Velma?
Oh, Mindy Kaling.
Mindy Kaling.
Yeah, she was terrible too. There's just way too many.
There are like some differences though. When you look at Halle Bailey, I don't know if she ever was like did she ever come out and say, fuck all these races?
I don't think she did.
Like in the aftermath.
So. No.
And like Mindy Kaling, I don't know if she ever did that after Velma came out either, like in response to what fans said about it. Now, she said some dumb things in the beginning when they announced it, but in terms of in reaction to things people said about the movie, I don't
Cowboy Bebop girl.
Oh, Daniela.
Yeah, Daniela, what's her name? Yeah, endeared herself to the audience before it came out too.
Yeah, how's she getting on?
Oh, wait.
I like that picture of her in her underwear that like got paraded around after she said we didn't like it that I was too exposed or too sexualized or whatever. That's why they changed the outfit.
I prefer the one where she got her tits out that they started sending around. Yeah, that one.
But if you guys remember, there was that one actress that did the unthinkable. I can't remember her name. What did she do? It was so bad she got fired. She put I think she put beep bop boop. I think she put beep bop boop in her.
Unforgivable.
Yeah.
Unforgivable.
Horrific stuff. Luckily, Amandla has not gone that far.
Wait.
Yeah.
She has a ways to go before she gets there.
And this whole verse is like the one that's like so interesting to me to just see her entire perspective. My sis said, don't let it get down my spirit, but I'm sick and fucking tired of suppressing my rage. 400 years of taking their bullshit to compartmentalize like my ancestors had to encage. If you don't confront the pain that you live with, it'll manifest as addiction, disease, and hate. So if I don't let my rage out, if I don't let my half-black rage out, then it will lead to addiction and disease. And you already hate people, obviously.
Which are not your. I guess you're not. It's not your fault if you.
That's what she's saying. That's what she's saying. That the addiction and the diseases that are rampant in the black community, that's a result of them not letting out their rage at white people for what happened centuries ago.
I
It
think her
reminds me of
mother
the.
is. Talk to you.
That is
Oh, sorry. Remember the Advil campaign that was like, well, black people don't know how to buy Advil, so we need to look at pain equity.
Oh yeah, pain. Oh my.
Pain equity. Yeah.
Thunberg's mother, I think, is supposed to be some sort of weird spiritualist, laying on hands type faith healer who writes books, and I can well believe that she actually genuinely does believe this sort of nonsense. Like, the only reason that, say, black people have an obesity problem or a drug problem or a crime problem or any problem that they have is because of suppressed ancestral rage against white people. It is the kind of crazy nonsense lots of people are taught to believe these days. So I can believe that she actually means it. I think she might get away with it, though, because like this is the last verse, I think, isn't it, of a quite a long song, and you actually have to sit through it to get to this point. So a lot of people won't ever hear it because
No, I
they'll
gave
be
up.
distracted by the
Scroll up.
weird dance moves and then like how awful it sounds.
We got to get the last part of the verse. And just again, to state the obvious, letting out your rage is not going to help you with addiction. Okay, actually, you have to deal with your rage. That's the whole point.
I refuse.
I know you do, and you know,
Gary, you're dealing with a girl who's the product of millionaires who's lived an amazing life
and
been
some
in
crystal
Hollywood already.
meditating spiritual mom and
Yeah,
some super
yeah.
rich dad. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of checks out. And she's been a child actress since 4, working for Disney, and they practically grow them there. Or groom them, same thing.
Also, that's Disney, a company which is, owned and run by white people. She was hired without being cast by a white woman. Her dad, of course, is famously quite a rich white person. Like, she's benefited quite a lot from this apparently racist establishment. So, what does Leslie had? No, actually, better than that. What does her dad think when he listens to this? Does he sit there sort of nodding along, thinking, "Yeah, I fucking hate my people," or does he sit there thinking, "Well, that's a little bit ungrateful of you, darling"?
It would be really ironic if Mr. Stenberg actually produced this album. That would be a
Imagine he's up there, he's mixing.
Right,
Going, honey, this is good.
That
line's fire.
White. I think it's in black and white because she's to make up for her lack of actual melanin.
Oh yeah, she could turn up the colors.
There you go. I've seen the infection repressing can give you. I'm not going to. Okay. Where? Again, I'm going to ask where. Was it in your room in your mansion when like one of your apps wouldn't fucking update or something? Like what
woman
the
on the
fuck?
street at the end of the video.
A coke-fueled Hollywood party is quite the same, sweetheart. But
No.
okay.
I'm not going to be the next one sent to an early grave.
If she represses her rage, she will be sent to an early grave, is what she said.
Still just a rat in a cage.
I was thinking the same thing.
Definitely a fucking rat. Yeah, definitely a rat.
Oh my God. So, people reacting to the song and playing the music too long, we're going to get hit because it's music, and YouTube treats that a lot different than anything else.
Yeah, you just have to pause it. Don't let it, maybe every 30 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds, you're gonna have to pause
Actually,
it.
I wouldn't
add
let it
some
go
commentary.
more than 9 seconds.
I got away with about 20 seconds on mine. 20, 25 seconds. Because the first one I got hit on. So I had to redo it.
Because with all the stuff going around, like the only thing I'll give Disney credit for is they do not copyright any of their footage, like at all, ever. Like Warner Brothers and Paramount are way fucking worse. Little Platoon can, you get hit a lot with stuff. You have to do a lot of finagling with even Netflix stuff, but Disney stuff, you can just throw it up and they don't really care how long. Like and they don't care about the John Williams music or anything. So credit to that. Maybe they just don't notice, but it's been years.
John Williams music, he will fuck you in the ass, but that's not Disney. That's not John Williams own, like whoever handles his music. He is abusive with that shit. You get 5 seconds of like a Star Wars video game that plays that music.
I got hit on my Battlefront streams all the fucking time.
So maybe it's just in the films where he can't copyright, because I've never been hit. Like,
fucking white privilege. Then
we're more impressed than you.
It's true.
Maybe they know you're a felon. They want to fuck with you.
That's right.
Piss this guy off.
I might sharpen my toothbrush.
Think you live in California, so like worried you'll show up. But another thing that's interesting about that Instagram post, you had other stars. The guy who plays Kymir responded with some emojis. You had Daphne Keene, who plays Jackie, saying like "Wokalite Unite" or some bullshit in the comments. You had Christina Ariel, the black woman who got hired to host that High Republic show that had
yeah.
a lengthy history
The
of
racist.
anti-white tweets. She was like, I love you so much for this, or something like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, Lucasfilm, you know, the retarded Avengers assemble over there, backing each other up.
Racists do stick together.
That's all. That's that's why she did it. It's the validation of all her peers in the industry.
Yes.
Yes.
All it is.
Narcissism.
That's all it's for. It's not
Narcissist Olympics.
And I'm sure she's gonna get hired off of it too. They'll be like, "Oh, you were so brave for saying all of the fans are racist."
Dude, they hate
You're oppressed.
They hate the Star Wars fandom so much. And even the ones who praise them, they don't respect them at all. Like
That's evident by the content they put out.
Oh yeah.
Well, Pablo Hidalgo had a go at Star Wars Theory when Star Wars Theory was like the biggest Star Wars supporter that they could get. And he came out and just went, emotions aren't for sharing, when he cried at Luke Skywalker. Obviously, there's a bigger story behind why he was, you know, emotional behind that. But people like Pablo Hidalgo, they don't give a shit. And what's he, chief creative director at Lucasfilm? They hate you. Every fucking one of them hates you. The only we've gone through this many times, but all they do is they go into an IP. They want to insert their messages in. They don't care about the IP. They don't care about the canon, the history, the characters. It's just about, now that we have this fandom, access to this fandom, now we insert, and when it's thoroughly rejected because Kel Surprise, the fandom, just wants stories that are entertaining in said universes, then you get absolutely delusional, retarded takes from Amandla Stenberg, one of the most privileged fucking bitches on planet Earth, always has, always fucking will be, just talking about oppressors and my racism and, oh my God, if I don't get out my rage, I'm going to be addicted to drugs. If you're addicted to drugs, it's because you're in a fucking degenerate system in Hollywood. Not to do with your color, not to do with anything else. But one thing that we have discovered from these fucking people, I said these people, is none of them are willing to take an ounce of responsibility for anything. You don't like something, your fault. The characters are terrible, your fault. Somebody appears 40 years before they were fucking born, your fault. The writer of this episode engaged with fans on Twitter about the episode and just said the most god-awful bullshit responses to people's legitimate criticisms. Oh, we tried to get Yoda, but Yoda was busy, so we just put Ki-Adi-Mundi in. Like,
That's
some
retarded.
people actually think that was a serious response and are like making videos about how they try to do that. And like, these people are a lot of things, but it was clear sarcasm.
Yeah, but
and it just went right over so many of these motherfuckers' heads.
She's just being rude. She's being rude. She's being sarcastic. Yeah. She's being rude. You know, she's not addressing the issue of why is somebody that was known for saying the Sith have been seen for a millennia. Why are they, you know, bringing him into a show where he's a Jedi Master 40 years before he's fucking born? And then you got Wikipedia running fucking interference, and then they start claiming my fucking repression.
The thing with the Wikipedia stuff that I don't, again, the reason that the canon got edited and was like getting edited so quickly, quite honestly, is because in front of our very eyes, last Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, they changed canon.
They did.
And so that's why there was like a frantic change to what happened, because what was in there before wasn't accurate anymore. So as much as I despise the people, you know, the activists at Wikipedia, they were doing what they should have done, because they literally changed canon in front of our very eyes.
Yeah,
but they were making up different. Oh, never mind.
But
they were trying to say, well, how do we justify this? Well, let's put born before 132 BBY because we have no other option for it. So they removed the birthday in general, like stuff like that. So they were trying to figure out what to fucking do.
Well, at least they got his pronouns right.
Well, they've done this before with Rings of Power and the female bearded dwarves. They the Tolkien Gateway changed once the criticism started ramping up. They took out a quote from Christopher Tolkien about it. So, or I think it was from J.R.R. Tolkien, from a letter. But they removed it, and I caught it in real time while I was recording a damn video. So luckily I screen capped it, but this has happened before, obviously, and it will happen again. And maybe next time it'll work because we'll get to it in a second, or in a bit. But the James O'Keefe video, which told us everything we already know, basically, There was nothing new about this. They don't give a fuck. This is just diversity first. That's all it is. Well,
it's also like I think they're also hiring. I mean, this is not a controversial statement. They are hiring legitimate morons as well. Because to Az's point, I thought the worst points that the writer who was responding on Twitter was when she was trying to make a serious point, not when she was being sarcastic or trying to take the piss, but when she was actually trying to explain herself. So like someone asked, wasn't it like it was weirdly sudden that May goes all the way into a forest and then suddenly changes her mind? What's the reasoning behind that? And the author was like, well, I guess she just thought the mission was just kind of pointless, and she was bored. It's like that is not conveying to me that you understand your character. Like I work in video games. If I was asked for the main motive for a character I was writing and that was my response, I would be sacked, and I would expect to be sacked because I'm clearly not actually invested in the story that I'm trying to tell. You can't get away with that sort of thing if you care about the story, but you also can't get away with it if you have a basic level of competence, which I think these people do just lack. It's sort of related to the diversity point because she's probably only been hired to fulfill a quota, and so she's not been hired for her talent or for her intelligence. But the actual problems that come through in muster of the Acolyte is not to do with gender politics or message pushing. It is just the result of these people being certifiably dim. And that's one of the most frustrating things about it.
It is. In that James O'Keefe video, like the guy mentions, I forgot, some marketing director or whatever. He specifically mentions that, they think this DEI works and it makes them money. That's why they do it. That's the simplest answer, that they think this is the most profitable way to reach more people, although it hasn't worked.
I'm sorry. Did they just completely ignore 2023 in the box office?
They just
yes.
That's
ideologues, man. It's not going to change.
That's one of the biggest problems with big corporate America is you are surrounded by a bunch of yes men and women who are not going to tell you. They all have to preserve their jobs, and there's somebody right behind them willing to take their job, and all you have to do is tell the boss what he wants to hear. That's what a lot of this is. A lot that whole Nelson Peltz boardroom thing was about one fucking seat. They were so worried about one seat because it would be one person in there, hitting back at Bob Iger. And he doesn't want that. He doesn't need that because he's got the plan. He just needs people to implement his awesome plan, which has worked so well so far, especially fostering IPs like Star Wars, Marvel. And, thank God.
You mean mining.
How's that?
Mining.
Yeah, how's that Disney stock doing these days? Still below $100.
Flat. It's just flat.
And I think
go ahead, Ryan.
I was going to say, like, back to what the writer was saying on Twitter too. One of the dumbest things that we found out was, despite the fact that you've teased that you've played up this Wookiee Jedi so much and like the marketing, the promotion, they were so excited for it, to then have him die without seeing what happened, like no fight, and their excuse was, well, we didn't have it in the budget to have the Wookiee fight. Whatever. Now, there are genuine reasons for not having that fight scene shown. Whether it is a point of view issue, because if you want to have that sequence happen there, you'd have to show Kelnaka and Smilo Ren, revealing that Smilo Ren is on the planet already before May happens upon it. There are narrative reasons why you can justify not having the fight sequence, whether it's because you want to surprise people, whatever. To say that it's not in the budget is like the dumbest thing you could possibly say when you had $180 million for this.
It's a cop-out.
Each episode works out at approximately 21 million or something.
Jesus.
Dude. An episode, and you're telling me with 21 million you don't have enough fucking budget to have a Wookiee swing of
they look like they're running around like the Jungle Cruise, like the part of the Jungle Cruise on the outside. That's what they look like. They're running around.
Of a line while you're waiting.
Jungle Cruise is an attraction at the Disney theme parks, just so with no confusion for the audience. So
there's so much about this episode to tear apart. The idea.
You're not racist. It's an actual thing.
That's how we're playing Party Animals, and Gary was playing as a monkey, and Ryan says, "You don't fucking monkey." Because I was talking to Gary.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't
I was
right.
talking to Gary.
On the show.
All right, ladies, listen. Breaking news right here.
Breaking news.
It is officially here. We now have an announcement from Obi-Wan Kenobi. Look, I think he just made this video. I think he's probably watching Friday Night Tights, and he recognized he has not made a statement yet. So Ewan McGregor, let's listen to what he has to say real quick. This is probably very powerful.
This weekend, Star Wars fans made The Acolyte the most watched Disney Plus original series premiere of all time.
Wow.
However, it seems that some of the fan base from this influential fan base have decided to attack Amandla Stanberg online. Horrendous racist DMs.
Amandla!
And I heard some of them this morning. Amandla is a brilliant actor. She's a brilliant woman. And she's absolutely amazing in this series. She brings so much to the series. She brings so much to the franchise.
See, this is actually when Ewan lost me completely.
This is not happening. I just want to say, as the leading actor in the series, as the executive producer on the series, that we stand with Amandla. We love Amandla. Her brilliant messages. You're no Star Wars fan in my mind. There's no place for racism in this world, and I totally stand. Amandla.
That's from 1-800-BANKY.
That's great.
Oh yeah, I will retweet that so everybody can see it. That I actually might make a response video. I'm gonna say like, Ewan McGregor responds to racism.
Well, you got to point out that he used the wrong pronouns for her. So
man, he's
rather than they.
Well, she will respond to she, her, or they, them in her non-binary
just
fucking
fucking anything.
But like, when you look at this actual episode, there's so much fucked up with it. The idea of the Jedi deciding for some reason that they're not going to inform the High Council of like all this crazy shit that's going on. There's been Jedi that have died. Like, what are you talking about? You're not going to inform the council. To the timeline where from the end of season or from the end of episode 2, you've got Apothecary dude who's probably in all likelihood Smilo, Ren, and May going right from that in the middle of nowhere planet that they were on. They're going to get Kelnaka. They're going to find the Wookiee. Then you have everybody else, Asha and the Jedi. They drive all the way back to Coruscant, fuck around for a little while, have enough time for weapons training, have enough time for Osha and Jeki to have some quasi-lesbian relationships start to develop, have enough time to deliberate all this shit, fly back to the place where Kelnaka is at. Oh, and by the way, track down some old piece of a robe that he wore a year ago that has his fucking scent on it for your goddamn badger gerbil thing to sniff and find him. Right? You have that, all that happen. And by the time Chimera and May land, they have a 3-hour until like sun goes down time window. So somehow in that time, the Jedi went all the way back, all the way there and caught up with them. That makes no fucking sense at all. It was bad in the first couple of episodes in terms of kind of light speed, time travel, shit like that, teleportation. This is the worst of all of them. This episode makes no sense.
You could almost wave it away in the earlier ones, because like the earlier ones, at least you could sort of say, well, we don't necessarily know how far Olega is from Ueda. Maybe it's a really short trip. But unfortunately, they also said specifically, Kofar is a relaxing forest retreat in the Outer Rim. And we know that Coruscant isn't. So you can't really hand wave away the travel times with this one anymore.
No, they fucked up the inside of a build, like the Jedi Temple. Inside of the Jedi Temple, when they were walking directly to Torbu, or whatever his name was, May or whatever fucking name is, walked and left and then got to him first when the group of Jedi were going directly to him. So how they got the timeline wrong inside of a building, let alone cross a galaxy.
Well, you see, no, though that there is an explanation for that. It's called terrible writing.
Yes.
Because the person who brought them in said, we just need to go over here to the other side of the temple so that Master Torben can kill himself with the assassin, and then once that's happened, we're just going to walk in, and Osha's going to be there because she's been named after aromatherapy products by the Osha May website.
That is fucking hilarious.
I'll take you to Jedi Master Torben, but first, here's the garden.
Yeah,
there's the kitchen.
Yep.
There's the bathroom.
Get an espresso over there.
There's the kitchen. There's the kitchen. Did you see the kitchen? They make great stuff here. A lot of carbs. There's
Jediabetes spends a lot of time in the kitchen, by the way. Hail Echo Chamberlain, by the way.
That's good.
Did you see Paul Chato's guess at who Smilo Ren is? I like it.
Great.
Well,
what is it?
He said, because there's so many tropes going on. Essentially, I'm paraphrasing, but it's like, because there's so many tropes. One of the tropes of something is the first person to die is actually the
in noir.
Yeah, in noir. So the first person that dies usually the mystery.
So Carrie Ann Moss.
Carrie Ann.
Yeah, I thought there's people who thought that, And
Yeah.
so Asian Ezra Miller might be the Acolyte, right? And
I think there's three. I think there's three. The top one, and it could be a red herring. You know, they're not exactly subtle with trying to make you think
they're
that
not.
he's the fucking guy with all the things he knows. The fact that he is in fact on that planet when it happens.
And he did stop her in like a little fight too. He stopped her knife pretty easily.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like they're definitely trying to make you think it's him, which probably could be him. The other two options that I think are realistic are the one mother who carried them, who was really angry about it. We didn't see her lying there. I also think that Anastasia, the Black Witch, Jodie Turner-Smith, the lesbian leader of the cult, I think that there's a chance that they could pull a, well, she's not really dead, and she's that person. There's a chance.
Dude,
I think
it's Disney.
I think it's discount Ezra Miller. I think it because they've made it so obvious. They've made it so obvious, and they're not smart enough to do like oh, we're trying to divert you.
The only thing that makes me think is because they keep specifically going, we don't know who he is. He is. And I'm like,
are you working for him?
He
has me. Yeah.
It feels like that could be a like they want a Taskmaster type of reveal from Black Widow.
Right.
You know, so that I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, it's not like they've done it before 5 or 6 times. Gary,
in the video, I had to cut stuff out to make it flow better, but there were like 2 other examples.
There's 2 other examples of it's a girl when they take the helmet off.
What if it's Palpatine?
I think it's
somehow Palpatine.
I think it's Kiadi Mundi, and you find out the top of his head is removable.
He just keeps going when he's taking his helmet off. He just keeps going up and up.
He takes it off and then puts the other one on. Everything in this episode was stupid. Like you could break it down, and I tried to on my review. Right, it's just so dumb. Let alone like they spent the whole episode trying to find out where this Wookiee Jedi is. They say he's at a post on the planet, and so the Jedi have no tracker or record of where he's staying or anything like that. It is just so stupid.
Dude, Master Jedi Nepo doesn't tell the High Council, as Ryan said. And also her big fucking plan with Soul is let's use Osha as bait again for like the 3rd fucking time. That's our master plan. How are we going to find the Wookiee? The Wookiee was supposedly hard to find. I guess not.
That was the extra unbelievable and unforgivable thing. They're having complained now about the budget they were given for this episode. The entire opening third of this episode actually just takes us back to where we ended off episode 2. Episode 2 ends off, we need to go find the Wookiee and we don't have time to go back and talk. They go back and talk and it's, oh my goodness, the Wookiee's in danger. Let's go and find him. But we could have done that straight away. Why did you call us back here? It could have been a fucking email. Just do that.
We're trying to stretch this show out, man.
You could have done it over. You could have done it over holocam. Like you could have just done it that way.
They had to get him back to Coruscant to go to the Jedi Temple so he could go into the room so they could bring up the hologram and read out 2 of them.
In case you forgot,
Our interns have been working on this graphic.
You need to save that one. By the way, you're not even fucking on it, and you're the 4th, but we couldn't afford the budget, I guess.
Forget
what was that when he was like...
That was for all the people who hit skip recap in the beginning just to remind them that 2 people had died.
Yeah, fucking ridiculous.
If this was a normal show, we would all be looking at Master Vernestra and saying she's obviously the Sith.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? Because like the things she's doing are so fucking retarded.
That's just
why are your bodybuilding like this?
It makes no sense that she would try and hide it from the council unless, of course, she was the Sith. What makes even less sense is that everyone is fucking agreeing with her. That's the thing which doesn't make sense. Most of them would be, vast majority, if not all but her, would be like, no, we must inform the High Council about this.
The council has a lot on its plate, okay?
We got to think about we got to think about the optics. Yeah, it was just 2 dead Jedi.
Now it makes more sense, but if it wasn't for Kiadi Mundi, it would make more sense that they would be like, there's no Sith around here, because everything's so compartmentalized and they don't tell each other.
Well,
these outfits all look like just towels. Like they just got out of the
terrible.
shower.
Reminder, this is from the High Republic era, the best-selling comic book and books era. Oh, no, wait. It didn't sell at all. It was a massive failure. It was a whole push for audio books and regular books and comics and kids stuff that nobody read. And they decided, let's make a show from it. That's a great idea.
Get a very quick shout out for a young Mace Windu who was in the background of that scene just back there.
Yep.
He's also
There he is.
Before he lost his hair.
What's up, my Jedi?
I gotta
Mace
say,
Windu is also hundreds of years old.
Yes.
you can tell that the green lady here was just like a nepotism hire because her acting is awful.
It's terrible.
It's god awful, dude.
Yeah, it's Leslie Headland's wife.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know.
Has he acted anything before besides the show?
Russian Doll, which is Leslie Headland's
Leslie Headland's bedroom.
Leslie Headland. Sorry, that's unfair. Harvey Weinstein's casting couch with Leslie Headland on
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, how wide is she?
How
Here you go.
wide?
Whoa!
Oh, I just
Damn.
noticed that. Yeah. It's,
Wide load,
that's
wide
weird.
load.
That is not a flattering look, having those
That-
things draping on the side.
the head doesn't match the body at all.
That's not
I'd
Smilo
say
Ren.
maybe she's pregnant, but we know that's not the case.
Oh, you know, the force could knocked her up.
We can't use the echo defense.
How many women are there right there in that picture?
Too many.
All
Too
of 'em.
many.
Yeah. They're
Let's
all the women have like a power position in this scene. Like they're the ones in charge. The men are just standing around letting the women talk about plans and, you know, directions and what we're going to do. This is fucking retarded.
I think
Soul was part of the conversation, but yeah.
I think
Like
the
I said,
technical
women.
term for this is a suspicious amount of women.
Yes.
Yeah. Way too many. Way too many. And then
Yeah.
she is such a bad actress. Leslie Headland's wife, that chick, she's distractingly bad. And you know it's bad when she stands out on this horrific show.
Yeah.
Like
Great point for bad acting. And the person she's acting against, I can't understand half of what he's saying, but he's a better actor.
Yeah, I think he's getting worse. He's getting worse.
He doesn't even know English, and she stands out as a bad actress next to him.
Yeah, next to him.
At least he could fucking emote with his face,
Yes.
which is more than anyone else on the cast can actually do.
Though it's weird. He's emoting so much, it feels like the juxtaposition between all the other characters that can't act.
Yeah.
And he's like really trying. You can tell he's like
would work
emotional and stuff.
if all the other casting and everything in the story and the writing was where it needed to be. He would work perftly.
He would be a great Jedi Master.
Yes, he would be
absolutely.
Great. Just like Carrie-Anne Moss, if she was in this
Yes.
and she was a character,
And she
would
gave a
have fit
shit.
Great. Yeah,
She's freaking mailing it in, bro. She
Yeah.
mailed in. Her last performance was like, "Are we done yet? Can I go?"
Yes, my child.
Please.
But that's why it could be understated. It could be understated because she's going to turn out to be the Sith, and yeah,
shit.
then she's going to have a personality. She's allowed to. Then
I'm not gonna hold my breath.
Yeah.
And then, I remember the dialogue in this scene. She was like, "Why didn't you tell me that girl could have survived?"
I
he's like,
just found out.
yeah, he's just like,
Yeah, I literally
he
just
has to be
found out.
berated by a woman.
I saw her
That's the
fall
reason
to
why
her
the scene's
death.
there.
I was actually there.
yeah.
Hey, you listen, Master Nepo. You didn't see the giant stone structure catch on fire, okay? It was blazing.
And then them having that conversation out in the open was very just distracting. Because
Dude.
you wouldn't. It showed the lack of leadership from the woman.
Yeah. and
He has to
and
be
it's not
thrust down
like-
in public. That's why.
to be fair, it's not like anybody's gonna understand him if they overhear it.
What? What is that?
But Kiadi Mundi overhears. So I'm just like, why is he not telling the council?
Oh, I don't know.
Just
Why
in
didn't he
general.
tell the council about the Sith 100 years later? I mean, it's a good question.
Sorry, my bad. He couldn't tell the council because he wasn't fucking alive.
And like, there is some, obviously, they don't know what this is. They think maybe it's a little weird splinter. Maybe it's a dark Jedi. They're not even, I don't even know if they said the word Sith there or not.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
They
No.
don't know what it
Interorder
is.
came up.
Yeah, so to be fair.
I don't think they're going to use the word.
One of the problems, though, with the new Disney lore and the Disney canon that they've established is that the only way you can get a red lightsaber is basically buy it, like, as a Sith to fucking bleed this lightsaber, like the way they've kind of done it. So I don't know if you see a red lightsaber, how you even justify it in the new canon.
Right.
But
Well, I think they probably won't call Smilo Ren a Sith. That would be my. But I'm giving them way too much
Or they
credit. What the
all
fuck's wrong
die.
with me? Or
That's the best
Or they
scenario.
all die.
Right.
Yes.
Ryan, serious question for Ryan. What would you call Balin then?
I don't fucking know. I have no idea what you would call. Well, his lightsaber's orange though.
Orangey, yeah.
But yeah, it's not
Orange
exactly red. Yeah.
Isn't his apprentice red though?
No, I think she's just the same
Is
color.
orange?
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys,
Somebody
the
get
thread.
Freddie Prince. Freddie Prince can tell us.
Yeah, he'll tell
As
us.
if they fucking care.
Bro, dude, bro, dude, it's the thread, not the force, bro. Okay, dude, it's like totally different, bro, dude. Where's my wife, Buffy?
Wrong. It's where's my husband because he's the fucking bitch in that relationship.
So, question, right?
There's a look right there.
That's a good one right there.
That encapsulates Disney Star Wars right there,
It looks
man.
kind of like what Alison Hightower was doing with her eyes. And
She's sitting there thinking that I've put up with 400 years of your bullshit.
That's why she decided to quit the mission.
Yeah.
I'm done internalizing my rage.
This is America.
Yeah. If I don't get my rage out, I'm gonna turn to drugs or something. I don't know.
Just don't turn your rage against the Asian guy, please. Okay.
I got a question.
Sorry, it's
right?
not San Francisco.
Gary.
Thank you.
I got a question. Star Wars, they're able to scan for life forms, aren't they, Ryan? Like, can't they scan for like a Wookiee life form and pinpoint his location?
There might be some tech where you can do that, but mostly it's going to go by how big like the person is, right? So if you're in a forest with a bunch of other creatures and shit, it could almost be pointless to do that.
But they specifically don't need to do that because Timu Ezra Miller there says he's already been into the forest and he's already found the Jedi. So he knows exactly where he is. So why not just like airdrop her in or like hover above the tree line and let her repel? There's so many other ways of doing it. And like, if he'd already been there, why did he take no actions? Did Kalnaga not do anything? Did he not detect him either? He just got out again. There's no actual reason for him to know this, except that the show needs him to know it to get her where to go, because she doesn't have a fucking beaver to lead her there. Because that's what we need in Star Wars.
Giving Disney Star Wars too much credit. Somebody in my chat on my watch party brought this up. That he is the Acolyte, and what he's doing is manipulating her to kill all the Jedi, and he's not using a weapon.
Or him.
Or him. Or it. Or whatever. Yeah.
Sorry, say that again. Sorry, I missed that. What did he say?
So Asian Ezra Miller is the Acolyte, and he's manipulating May to kill Jedi, so he's not using a weapon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
That totally makes sense.
But then he's already done it, hasn't he? Because
twice.
the thing that he told her is that you have to kill at least one of them without a weapon. Now, technically, she's also already done it because Tommen Baratheon killed himself with poison, which is not using a weapon. But
exactly. Well, I mean, just to point out that the chat is much smarter than anybody working at Lucasfilm, so they just came up with a better reason. So obviously, it won't be in the show. Like
when she fought against Master Trinity and when she fought against Master Squid Game, on both those fights, she tried to take their lightsabers from them.
Yes, she did.
Asian Ezra Miller says in this episode, won't taking a lightsaber from them, then using it against them, classes not using a weapon. And that's what we've said that before. Then is she trying to disarm them to take their weapon, then to kill them? Because that's
I think Smilo Ren's going to be a woman, and it'll be
100%.
She will be a justifiable villain. It will be somebody who was oppressed by some Jedi or something. She used to be an assistant for some Jedi executive, and she had to lead young Padawans in something like that. I don't know.
By the way, 20,000 people watching.
Oh, most watched Friday Night Tights, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Acolyte.
And
we do this for you.
Thank you, Amandla.
If you take it face value, okay, May survived that fall. There's no reason that all those other motherfuckers who screamed themselves to death or something, we don't know how those other witches died. There's no reason to convince me that any of those people couldn't just be alive. Like, we didn't see any lightsaber marks on them.
It is
we
Star
didn't
Wars.
See them burning up. Like, so it's very.
No one's ever really gone.
It's very easy that they could be alive.
They put a spell up, and they all fake their death. Something.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I'm just looking forward to it being dumber and dumber.
Comics: a stone structure caught on fire. A fire was burning and blowing in space.
Like I know. I pointed those things out too.
It's space.
With black smoke coming from the flames. Yeah, it made a lot of sense.
There's contradictory dialogue. I mean, like, nothing makes sense. That this is, I mean, This is why it's important to at least be a fan of science fiction and fantasy, have some knowledge of how things work, because it is very different from writing Russian Doll or fucking Gilmore Girls or some stupid play at Berkeley. Like, you actually have to be kind of smart to write science fiction and fantasy, and these people aren't.
It also just helps in general if you're a man. You just know these things randomly. I'm just saying.
True.
Like,
you're not wrong.
Not wrong. There are exceptions. There are exceptions, but checks out. He's out of line, but he's not wrong.
No.
I mean, the dialogue in this show is just atrocious as well. There is so much dialogue. It's called Maiden Butler, where the characters say stuff to other characters that those characters know, and it's only inserted because they think the audience is stupid. Like when these two characters are speaking just before, one of them goes up to the other and says, I may have never known May is alive, but thanks to you, now I know. And it's like, are you kidding me? Are you that retarded?
Yes.
Right? Saying the exact thing that they know, but they think the audience is that dumb.
Yes, they do.
And then the other character...
They need dialogue to build this budding relationship.
Oh,
come on.
Awful.
Hey, they spent 4 minutes of screen time. 4 minutes of screen time together. So obviously they're madly in love with each other.
Yes.
Even when the dialogue isn't just telling you what they already know, though, it's otherwise it's retarded in all the other ways. So like this scene is when Yord says, oh, we sent Kilnaka off there a year ago and we haven't heard from him since. But we're just going to assume that he doesn't have like cell phone connection or something.
Yeah.
It's like, so you lost a Jedi Master for a year and you didn't think that was worth checking up on at any point, and now you're going to drive on him. That doesn't make any sense. And then all the characters have to switch their motivations completely in this episode because the writer for this episode decided they were dumb and pointless. And so Osha ends episode 2 saying, I'm really angry, I want to confront my sister. And she begins this one saying, oh no, I've let that go. I need to leave that to the Jedi. That's not my problem anymore. Meanwhile, her sister's like, oh, I have to go and do this mission. I have to kill all the Jedi without a weapon. And then she gets halfway through a forest and says, you know what, that's fucking pointless. I'm going to go do the opposite thing. I'm going to go and surrender to the people I ran away from in the previous fucking episode for some reason.
Little Platoon. What was the last words that May said to Osha when they were kids?
I'm gonna kill you.
Jump.
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill you.
Son, I'm coming to kill you.
So the woman, the girl whose last words were "I'm gonna kill you" was, "Oh no, she's alive. My loyalties and love are with my sister."
And then
it changes everything.
And then, like, the guy says, they'll throw you in prison. She's like, not if I tell them everything. And you murdered! You murdered 2 Jedi!
But
like,
yeah,
still going to prison.
Master Soul read her mind and said you don't know shit! So she doesn't even fucking know anything! She's a fucking retard!
Who is the writer for this episode? Jamie, pull that up for me. Could you find the IMDb?
CK Keichel? CK Keichel or something like that?
Yes. Yeah.
That would
he was
be
the one that said the budget.
That whole scene with like the sister just going like, you know what, I'm going to turn myself in. That would be like if Batman and Superman were fighting and Batman had Superman and he was about to beat him and then Superman said Martha and then Batman was like stopped and said, why do you say that name? And then they became best friends. Oh wait, that did happen. Sorry.
All right, I know why. Well, the episode sucked because it was produced by modern Lucasfilm and Disney Star Wars. But what's their name? Keichel, whatever the hell.
Keichel.
Claire Keichel wrote
George
for
R. Martin stuff. Yeah.
Wrote for Watchmen too. The Watchmen TV series, which was the single worst piece of shit I've ever fucking seen.
No, it wasn't. It was renewed, Gary.
I know. We're still waiting for season 2. Yeah, it was so popular it didn't need a second season. That's what we were told directly from HBO.
We renewed
and that's their entire.
Didn't need one.
Their entire writing credit on IMDb is the OA 2019 Watchmen Acolyte. How do you get this trajectory in your job? Like, oh my God.
It's called failing upwards.
What a secret you must have.
It's called casting a writer, not hiring them. I doubt.
It was even worse on episode 3. One of the writers, I think, had just 4 credits on IMDb, and 3 of them were listed as additional crew, so it wasn't even as a writer. And then somehow put in charge of let's give them a $180 million episode of $180 million production. That sounds like a good plan.
Little Platoon, you were talking about the response from the writer to one of the complaints, and they said, I guess
I guess.
How are you guessing when you fucking wrote it? You should know. So
can we just appreciate all the diversity in this picture?
It's very diverse.
Just really
not enough
really
women.
Inspiring. It's
Not
really
Not enough
inspiring.
women.
There is a fucking cracker at the back, and he
Wait a
can
minute.
fuck off.
How tall is Amandla Stenberg? 4'2"?
5'3".
She's
5'3".
pretty short, yeah.
Yeah.
Most of these people will die, by the way, because well, obviously they will. But the writer actually said they refer to them in the script as red shirts. So most of these people are fucked.
Amandla would be a lot taller if she had been kept down for 400 years.
And gravity.
But don't you think it's... Sorry, go on, Shad. You go.
Well, they think that they're going to apprehend, like, May, right? And they've already shown that she's completely outclassed by this, Asian Jedi guy. She's useless. Why are they sending what? How many Jedi here? Eight Jedi to apprehend this useless. Yeah, it's all just contrived writing because the writers know that they're actually going to come across Smilo Ren and is going to kill them all. But the Jedi, from their perspective, don't know this. They would have just sent the two.
Yeah, but they let her escape when they sent 3 last time.
No,
so.
it's even worse. They put her, the person that they thought that did it, on a fucking droid ship on her own.
Alone. Instead of red shirts, we should call these piss robes.
Yes.
These are not red shirts. These are piss robes.
So my guess is, like, next episode there's gonna be a big fight. A lot of those losers are gonna die. You're gonna be left with Saul, Gordon, Jackie are probably gonna live through it.
That Padawan should die. They should die, but they won't.
Maybe, but it'll be interesting to see who goes with who, because obviously he decided to toss Osha aside instead of grab her. What if Smilo Ren kills a bunch of people and then kind of retreats and takes Osha with him? May ends up with the Jedi, and
they do a little flippy floppy.
That's like a little prediction I have for what they might do for episode 5, and then in episode 6 is when we get another flashback, but from May's perspective.
Well, yeah, they're still going to think May killed Kelnaka because she's alone.
She already killed 2 other people. What's another?
Yeah.
Legitimately, how can there be 4 episodes of story left? How?
And one's a flashback. I almost guarantee it.
And the writers,
I agree.
Well, they're only going to be like 20 minutes long anyway.
True.
So it's not like they can just do a lot of walking and talking about pronouns.
The writers are gonna try and do. They're gonna think they're gonna do something clever, right? Osha is gonna become evil, and May will become good. They'll do the switcheroo, right? That's my.
Well, are you paying attention to the spiral on her forehead? Because one has a spiral, one doesn't, and that's why they have the bangs. That's why they had to give him that haircut. So
you can tell them apart.
So you can tell them apart. Yes.
Well, they can't make her evil either, Gary, because she's a black female.
I agreed.
She's also got longer hair. Like May's got longer dreads that hang down
in the back.
But then
force weave
in Kelnaka's fucking little hut. He also had some of the spiral shit going on in there.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, so he was. I thought he was. I took it as he's investigating them or something.
Yeah. But why would you?
Or he is also a lesbian witch. One of the other.
Yeah.
Possibly. No, Ryan. If he was a female Wookiee, he would have survived that lightsaber gash. Okay.
They're gonna shave Kelnaka's forehead and find that tattoo there too.
Yeah.
Oh no! Don't even joke.
Master Kelnaka, I'm here to turn myself in. Oh, you're dead.
You're dead.
Like they've survived, being stabbed through the gut of the lightsaber.
Stabbed through. It's
like
a
little
flash.
cut.
Maybe just killed himself.
Yeah. Dude, and it just happened. It's still smoldering. I thought all those wounds were cauterized. What the hell?
It's his hair, Gary. It's his hair that's glistening.
And it's a male, so must die.
Does this
they're less powerful.
A little bit off to anybody else?
Yeah, that man bun is really distracting.
It is.
A man bun on a Wookiee.
Sorry, Wookiee bun.
Utilitarian, I'm telling you.
Well, for one, what was he doing in that chair? Was he looking on his phone?
That's not the posture of somebody.
No.
Ready to meet somebody.
She turned him around and just had a fucking raging boner. Anyway.
Master Kelnaka, you got a red rocket.
There's Wookiee Hub on his screen behind him.
It's like the Christmas special. Just watching that fucking weird ass dance.
Oh no.
It's like barely legal from Kashyyyk.
If they had that scene, I guarantee you the ratings would start going up a little bit. Everybody, like, all right, I can relate to this a little more now.
I like the way that they appeared to be shocked that the Wookiee decided to go and live in the forest.
Weird.
I know.
So
It's just-
strange.
why would a Wookiee want to live in a forest? Ooh, gets me.
Dude, that whole everything they
And
wasted
Come out with your
and the sun
hands up.
finally- And the sun finally goes down in that sequence. You see as it sets, you see May like turn dark, and well, turn dark, no pun intended. But but that is your time frame. That means 3 hours. It was 3 hours from when they landed on that fucking planet, and for the Jedi to do whatever the fuck they did, going all the way back to Coruscant, all the way back to there, and then to catch up with them using a fucking gerbil.
Gosh, it's retarded. Oh, this show.
and this was probably the best episode of the series.
Because nothing
I mean, it
happens.
sucked, but it was
I thought it was the least worst.
The least worst.
The least worst.
Oh,
I don't know if I could say that. I think this one.
they're all
really
fucking bad.
They're
They're
all-
all.
This Kiani Mundi thing is.
It's only
I think
because
this
it's
one's
shorter.
worse than the first
It's
episode.
only because it's shorter. I think the first episode's fucking terrible, but
I think it's bad, but I think this one's worse than the first episode we saw.
so
As
Three
long
is
as,
still
the
the
White
worst.
Jedi dies in the next episode, I'm okay.
yeah.
Or her cries.
Smilo Ren.
Dude,
Stand
I really,
down.
I,
She just
I-
stands there and does nothing. It's stupid.
I'm telling you, man. I think that is this Ezra Miller guy. Like the connection with him and her, it's all lining up. Like
No,
The
it's a
thing is-
woman. It's 100% a woman.
Yeah.
I could not give a
it's
fuck.
too obvious. Like it's too obvious that I would think a competent writer wouldn't.
You know,
purposely
you
make it
sweet
that
summer
obvious.
children,
And
you're
then-
all
then I
giving
know-
Disney Star Wars too much
Exactly.
credit.
I know.
Okay.
They are that incompetent. They are that incompetent to make it just the
Yes.
discount Ezra Miller guy, and so I don't know now. It's just
It does say something when like the line you can use is basically just I think they're incompetent enough to go in for that sort of thing. It's
Yeah.
like, that's what makes it plausible is the fact that they are so shit at their jobs. So like I don't think it should be Ezra Miller, but it's bad enough that it could be. That's not a particularly womanly hand that's being held out there. So
yeah, like
Well,
look at that arm.
Hey, back to- back to Black
go-
Widow.
going back to
Obama?
Black
That's
Widow, going
Is that
back to
Michelle
Black,
Obama?
going back to Black Widow. There was a dude playing the Taskmaster until
Yes.
that girl
Yes.
took her fucking mask
Yes.
off.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I just know it
It
was
was even
27
funnier when he
minutes long.
posted all the videos.
I know. No. Dude, when he's walking around, it's like that's a fucking dude, man. There's some balls right there. Like that's and then when she took the mask off and she's like half the size, and I did that little half and half shot.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
man.
it's so bad. Oh, it's so bad.
Oh, by
So-
the way, Osha, who when she's on this planet keeps talking about how she can feel the Force. You know, it's up my Vadu and everything. Just a couple of episodes again, couldn't even get her pit boy to come to her to get out of the cell.
yeah, that
You know,
was,
to get
and
the-
that's like why? Where did that come from? This is her suddenly regaining access to the Force and May switching her motives to say "fuck everything I've previously believed. I
Yeah.
don't care anymore." Like both of those things just come out of nowhere because the script has nowhere else to go.
Exactly.
There's no build up to any of the substantial, consequential stuff in this. It's just it's very hard to predict for that reason because you go through and you think, oh, okay, I vaguely understand what the character's doing. Oh no, I fucking don't. They've changed it. Completely reversed now.
Writing themselves in corners at every opportunity that they can, but that's not where they want the story to go, so they have to just reverse it, and it makes no sense.
well,
Hey, I'm sure we are all dumb and they're very smart and they're excellent
we don't
writers
have media literacy.
with years
No.
and years of experience. All of these writers.
The
Yes,
only
course,
consistent
course.
thing about these writers is their inconsistency. They can't be consistent with their characters. They can't even be consistent with the dialogue in their own show, where you can't kill a Jedi with steel when they literally show them killing someone with steel in that episode. They contradict themselves constantly, and so yeah, they don't even know who these characters are. The characters are just these soulless husks that need to do something in the plot, and now they need to do something else in the plot. Doesn't matter if it contradicts whatever they've done previously. It's going to flip on a dime because the writers are complete hacks on this show. They don't know what they're doing. It's
No. And it ends with a bunch of Jedis getting pushed So they were 4 episodes in a series that cost $180 million, by the way. They spent the first 2 episodes trying to develop their characters. Then they gave us a 3rd episode with none of those characters in it as the adult versions. So they do an entire flashback that could have been 10 minutes. Then they pick up from where the 2nd episode ended with the 4th episode that was 20 minutes long with a bunch of people walking through a forest and getting pushed. That's the Acolyte. That's just a nice explanation. I'm skipping the lesbian space witches that magically conceived twins that don't look anything like the mom, by the way, and pronouns in space.
That pronoun thing didn't make any sense either, because again, the writer Claire, what's a fucking shithead, said, "Oh, it was just a joke." Well, no, because the joke would have gone, "Is he or she?" That's how the joke would have gone if you intended it to be a joke. Not that it's a funny joke, but that's how it should have gone. But the fact that you went they was clearly an expression of preferred pronoun fucking crap.
Yes.
Yep.
It's Basil. It's Basil. Is he or they with us?
No fucking shit, lady.
Hang on.
Right there with you.
He's on your spaceship, you dumb.
Yeah. So fucking retarded. That should be so obvious that he's with you.
Oh,
say the gamer word.
Someone just went, "What? No, who's that? Who's that?"
Exactly.
You fucking stupid cow. Fuck.
Yep.
Well, hey. What was that?
Basil, that well-known Jedi name, by the way.
I hate
Star
that
Wars.
I love this show so much because it is glorious to roast. I am having so much fun with the content this show is giving us. The next 4 weeks are going to be fan-fucking-tastic.
Dude,
wait.
this 2 months are going to be great. Now we have House of the Dragon to contrast it with, which is fucking awesome. I'm having the time of my life too. The watch parties are kind of fun. They're short.
25-minute show. That's it. Just give us 25
short.
minutes.
Yeah, it's like, thank you.
Can't take another 40-minute episode. It's gonna
in and out, 20 minutes, lore breaking, cringe as shit, do all of it.
Can't
Every
wait for
single
Anakin
episode.
to be in it next week. I
Oh,
can't.
I hope he Vaders, dude. If he doesn't Vader, I'm going to be
I
disappointed.
want Ahsoka to show up at some point.
What are you guys' predictions for the rest of the show?
Lots of shit.
A lot of women will be front and center in all the decision making. I do believe, again, I'm going to stick with that Ezra Miller is Smilo Ren. I think that's going to be a big thing with May and him and how she's, how she feels betrayed or some shit like that. That's why I feel strongly it's him, because they really want to have that kind of emotional tie with her and him and the rivalry or some shit. And that's going to push her closer to being more of like, I want to align with my sister because you deceived me bullshit. You know what I mean?
He's like the obvious choice. And so the question remains, is it a competent writer who's using him as a red herring, or are they really just that? That's just what they're giving you. They thought they were
I'll be genuinely surprised. I'll give them props if they do something other than exactly what I think they're going to do.
That's where I'm at with it, because if I was watching any other show, I would go, well, he clearly isn't, because they want us to believe he is. But these are the dumbest fucking people on the planet. So they don't have the ability to tell, because this is not about telling a story. This show is not telling a story. This show is pushing an agenda. This is not about a story. So I don't think that they have that ability. Now, on the flip side, because I already have a built-in excuse, if it is a fucking woman, I'm still going to roast that too. Because they're just pushing a woman as a bad guy who's a force push that is more powerful than any Jedi we've seen, because she's just little force push.
Power of many.
So hold on.
Power
So
of many.
Chimera that has a force push that's bigger than any we've ever seen, that's fine. But if it's a woman, like one of the
you're goddamn right.
problem.
You're goddamn right.
That's a fucking retarded way to think about it.
No, not in a show that has women front and center in every aspect of what they're doing. There's context to that. So if it's a random woman, that's fine. But when you have a show that's built on women are at the front and center of every single piece of decision making and power, and they talk down to the men, they disrespect the men, and then the big force user in the show is a woman that destroys all the Jedi in one push. Yes.
Sounds like Disney.
Stupid. Yeah, okay.
When you said that about story, all I could hear in my head was, it's not about story, it's about sending a message.
Star Wars is burning in the background. Yeah.
ultimately what we're going to see is they're obviously going to get a fucking fight. Either they're going to call for help or they're not going to reply. So, because we know that light whip sequence is there. So we know that
yes,
Master Vanessa is eventually going to make it. It looked like a Jungle Planet where that happened. So I think she's going to come maybe with some reinforcements.
She's going to make it there in time.
Well, I think so. I think they're going to maybe try to track him down or some shit.
No, I think
and
you're right.
eventually they're going to kill, like, I don't know if May's going to, I think May will die. I think Smilo Ren will die. And they're going to make the assumption that, well, that must have been it, a master and an apprentice. And they're going to pretend to cover it up and never say anything about this to anyone publicly.
And then Osha becomes the secret Sith, which that trains Plagueis up.
Yes, yeah,
that trains Sidious up or whatever.
You know, I could
train Plagueis and Plagueis trains Sidious.
Like Osha has been the evil one all along, and they'll try. Like, I
feel like there's still a twist coming.
Rage.
Maybe we're giving him too much credit, but I think there's still a twist coming with the twins.
Yeah.
So
the only twist is it's going to be a woman under the helmet.
Ultimately, I think they're going to try and deflect all blame from the girls.
Yes,
it's gonna be
absolutely, or it'll be justified in some way.
It'll be they're going to justify it. That's the reason why I think that Smilo Ren's going to be a woman, because they can't have her be pure evil, so they have to have her have a justifiable reason to be the anti-hero, I guess. And I also think that the next episode is going to be a flashback.
Well,
what Smilo Ren being a guy could be like a male manipulating women to do things he wants. So like both of them could
you could take.
Yeah.
Yep. I think
they're both very
final,
Disney
I think the final episode, you're going to see a CGI Luke Skywalker show up, and it's not going to say a whole lot.
Please.
And then everybody's going to celebrate on YouTube.
He's
going to pick up Master Yoda and walk out with it.
I can promise you there'll be a lot of scenes of establishing shots. They'll be walking up a ramp to get into a ship. They'll be walking slowly down a hallway. There'll be a lot of filler before anything actually happens. Little Platoon, do you have any? Do you care enough to have any theories about the show?
Yeah, but it's almost impossible, because every time I start going down this is what the show will do, I think, I'm actually just writing a better show at this point, which is impossible to do. But I mean, I could see them doing, for example, the fairly natural way to get to your next flashback is if, as I think Ryan said earlier, if Smilo Ren takes Osha and gives the perspective we did not see in episode 3, because it very deliberately didn't show us what really happened. It's like, you thought that your sister set this fire that killed everyone. It wasn't that. It was the Jedi. And the basic critique they're mounting of the Jedi is that actually dark side users are not innately evil. It's the Jedi's attempted imposition of their own moral code, which turns dark side adepts into deviant people. And it's the Jedi's fault that all of this has happened. And that's the fairly natural way you reveal it to Osha via the person who survived the event. We won't be leaving this planet, I don't think, immediately, because they set up the whole thing about the bugs only being attracted to light, which we haven't done anything with. So we've still got to stay there for at least one more episode, after which, but then at the same time, I realized that story makes sense. So it probably won't happen that way.
Like, and I think that's why all these Jedi aren't going to die here. Is I think the bugs are going to, like, in the middle of this fight, the bugs are going to come swarming, and Master Soul will be like, they're attracted to right. Turn off your lightsaber.
And then they were like, "Where's Smilo Ren? Where is he?" Oh, he's gone.
Smilo will keep his on and not understand why the bugs are attacking him and have to retreat. That's what I think. I'm just working on what.
That's a great impression of Master Soul.
What if they're attracted to light, and then they just all go and murder that one white Jedi?
Yes. No, he didn't say light. He said white.
And the reason I think that they're going to be tricked into thinking that they've killed them all, like the Jedi will ultimately be tricked into thinking they got whatever this was. These people steal from everything, and this setup is reminding me of something from the Darth Bane novels, where the Jedi a handful of Jedi did discover that there was a dark side force here that's suspected to be a Sith. There's this big battle that occurs. A bunch of Jedi die. Darth Bane ends up getting very severely injured, and essentially Darth Bane's apprentice ends up using some Sith sorcery to kind of mindfuck somebody, gives him a red lightsaber, and tricks the Jedi into coming there and killing that guy, thinking that he was the Sith. And they think, "Oh, we wiped them all out." Very close. That was really rough for us. And the Jedi think that they've taken care of the threat, whether it was Sith or dark side or otherwise. So just knowing that, these people are fucking hacks. They will just steal shit and try to repurpose it. So it wouldn't surprise me if that's the route that they go with the show.
No, it makes sense.
It does.
Do you guys think any of those other witches could possibly still be alive?
Yes.
I think
Yes.
so.
Yeah. Definitely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think we're gonna get two flashbacks. I think we're gonna get one from May's perspective, and May, and then the other one's gonna be what actually happened, and it's gonna be from the witch's perspective.
Probably.
That's what these
There
come
wasn't many marks on any. I don't know how all those women would have been dead.
Yeah.
Unless they just we don't want to put any grievous wounds on women because we don't want to show violence against the women.
That's also a possibility.
Which is all. It's like it sounds stupid, and it is, but it happens. So, ratings. Is this what we got here? Ratings.
This is the ratings of July 7th to the 13th or June.
See, but I before we get into it, this is this new like Luminate thing. I've never heard them ever use.
I've never heard them either.
It's a brand new thing they're using to estimate streaming minutes, and I think that I have a hard time believing anything they put out. But even those numbers are pathetically bad for.
Yes.
Yeah. Didn't even break top 5.
No.
Eric.
It didn't beat Bridgerton, which is terrible,
Yeah.
by the way. I watched like 10 minutes of it. It's fucking terrible.
Bridgerton does numbers for them.
Yes,
though.
it does.
It's popular.
It's very popular, and it's fucking terrible.
Yeah, so like to put it in perspective, the most recent Nielsen streaming ratings that are like a month delayed, Bridgerton was over 2 billion minutes watched.
Jesus.
So obviously it's going to fall off, over the next couple weeks, you would assume, after they release the season 3. But I don't know. I would be surprised if it only was able to accumulate 589 million minutes.
I know nothing of Bridgerton. I know nothing of. It's some chick flick, right? It's a chick flick.
It's
thing,
not
right?
a chick. It
Jane Austen
it is
style
for
kind of
women,
thing.
but it's basically, hey, what if we redid a bunch of things that happened in like UK royalty, but everyone was black and gay?
Yeah,
that's like kind of what Bridgerton is.
Alternate history. Yeah.
Alternate history.
What the hell is Geek? What's
popular?
Geek Girl? What's Geek Girl?
I don't know. I'd watch it.
You'll watch anything, you whore. Okay, let's talk about James O'Keefe. Dropped a bomb.
Oh, yeah.
So we had the Amandla Stenberg stuff. Then James O'Keefe has done the Disney tapes, not to be confused with the Disney Files from Film Threat, and they've been doing some great work. Hail!
And not to be understood with Disney pedophiles. Those are also
That's true.
That too. Yeah.
Not
Also
related.
the same.
Not related. Hail, Alan Ing and Chris Gore.
Hail.
But
Can we congratulate Shad for not bringing up his love for Twilight and allowed us to get over 20,000 viewers?
Thank you.
I was pimping.
I put it in the private
It was
chat.
tough for him.
I put it in the private chat. I was like, we're close to 20K. Shad, don't say any gay shit.
right at 20, Gary brought up Gilmore Girls, and I looked at Shad and I was like, don't do it.
I mean, when we got to Bridgerton, I was close because I was
My
I
favorite
have a
show.
question for Chad on the Twilight subject, though. Is Jackie and Osha now still a better love story than Twilight, or is that?
no, not at all.
Sure. It's as believable. It's absolutely as believable. They had so much chemistry in Twilight. Yeah, Robert Pattinson and what's her name? Belle.
Her name's
Stewart.
Her name's Bella in the fucking
Bella,
movie.
whatever the fuck. Okay. All right, lore master Twilight. Why, hey, Ryan, go start your Twilight theory channel, okay? Fuck you.
You sound like a bigger fan than me, Ryan.
Everything isn't weird.
Ryan,
I just know things.
Ryan can watch a show or a movie one time and
Called
remember
autism.
It's called kenneltism.
Kenneltism.
Yeah, it's insane.
I know
how
all
much-
this random Disney Star Wars bullshit. I hate it too. So you can't say just because I know something means I'm a fan of it.
I can and will, even though it's completely out of context. All right, so
Jacob's a piece of shit, though. I agree, Shad.
Yep, Team Edward. Thank you.
So James O'Keefe did again the Disney tapes, which are not to be confused with Disney Files. Film Threat. Just want to shout him out. And we got Michael Giordano, who is a senior vice president and team leader for 20th Television, which is the Fox part, right? I'm guessing.
Correct. And I
He's
talked
also a
about
lawyer.
I
And
talked
Walt
about
Disney.
that earlier on Daily. It's like it's not like he spent 11 years with Disney, right? He's
No.
been with Fox, who then got bought by Disney, so he's been with them for 4 or 5 years. whenever that Fox deal
So
happens.
he does have an interesting outside perspective, but like Disney is slowly getting rid of all. There's a lot of redundancies, especially when you buy when you spend $72 billion on Fox. And I love that Rupert Murdoch like took some of that money and started a streaming service that's doing pretty well. But with this, like, yeah, he's an outsider. He's talking too much. And yes, James O'Keefe did the old get a hot chick and find him on what fucking dating app was he on?
He was dating 2 different women on Hinge.
Yeah,
good for him. Good for him.
More like unhinged.
I'm sorry.
And they were both
Is that a problem? Is that a problem, Chrissy? I'm just
No,
that doesn't seem like a problem to me.
It's funny / sad that these guys like keep falling for it. Like, how is anybody? How are any of these guys thinking?
Listen,
I think he went on the first date and he's like, God, all this woman wanted to talk about was what I do for work.
Yeah.
Let me try another
Weird.
one. That's the same thing.
Until the end of time, men will say some
Yes.
dumb shit in order to get laid.
Yeah.
All right, that will always exist.
I told Jeremy, this is what I do. Every date I go on, I spill all the beans about Geeks and Games. Usually before I get to anything interesting, they say, wow, you do something really retarded for work. Bye.
You're right.
I want to know what these women look like. I want to know what outfits they're wearing, how much cleavage is going on.
That's not even that necessary, Chrissy, to be honest with you. These are dudes we're talking about here. Simple creatures.
I mean, I do think that they're probably fairly attractive, but in reality, as long as she's just not Leslie Headland,
right,
is gonna say whatever he needs to say.
As long as she's moderately attractive and interested, that's all it takes.
So
that is
basically,
because the only decision to him is like, will I call this chick after I fuck her? That's the question. You know, I mean, he's still working the game. He's like, I gotta impress him. I gotta say all this shit.
I love that he points out in the video that like this guy says this he doesn't use this dating app and this is like his first one and he clearly fucking lying, which is so funny. And then at the end, James O'Keefe catches him. He fucking hauls ass, dude, which is fucking hilarious. But
sure he deleted his LinkedIn.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he's fired.
He had pronouns in his LinkedIn.
Oh, got him.
Yeah, he/him pronouns.
So what we're getting here is not like this isn't going to surprise any member of our audience here, any member of the audience at all. None of this is going to shock you. You're going to go, yep. We've all been talking about this for years, but. You know, the normies get to hear this. You do hear it from tape from somebody who does on tape for somebody who does work on Disney. This does matter, and it will hit the zeitgeist, and more people will become aware of it. How big does it get? I don't know. I guess it depends on the next tape. We got a couple of good sound bites in this.
Yeah. I mean, you basically get all you want out of the first couple of minutes because he puts the highlights in the first couple of minutes just to tease everything. So you can play like the first minute, 2 minutes, and that gives you all the gist of everything because it covers not hiring white males, not hiring a mixed black person or a mixed person because even though they were African American, they didn't appear to be African American too much, which is. That's really fucking bad for Disney and the bullshit that they're putting out there right now for somebody.
It kind of gives you perspective and context on why Amandla feels that way, that she's got to go out there and be like 400 years of their oppression. Not mine.
And before we start this, there is more shit going on with the WGA and with corporations that's getting fucking crazy. And somebody we know might be talking about it very soon. But like this is nothing compared to what's going on and what has been going on forever. And no surprise, I have people contacting me who work for Disney, who work for Marvel, who've worked for Lucasfilm, who work for Paramount, and they've all said the same stuff anonymously, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure plenty of you have been contacted by some of the same people and different people, but like this isn't new.
But the whole thing about like not hiring a person because they don't appear to be black, like that's not like, I mean, Gary hired quarter black because he doesn't look black, you know, like even though he's quarter black.
Well, I thought he was Mexican.
He thought he could get some carne asada out of me, but I was like, no, I'm a Negro.
Undercover. But yeah, this is bad. This is very bad for Disney. And it's one thing. James O'Keefe has a huge following. He always does great work, but Elon Musk retweeting it put it in a different stratosphere. And then a lot of people started to retweet it. This thing has gotten a lot of eyes on it right now. And it all comes back to Elon Musk buying Twitter has been a game changer. It
Absolutely.
Really
has. When he responds with some emojis to one of your tweets, it changes everything. Trust me.
Yes.
Shit. But yeah, let's hear it.
Certainly, there have been times where, there's no way we're hiring a white male.
Just kind of unspoken.
There are times when it's spoken, but
how would they say it?
There's no way we're hiring a white male.
Like straight to you, or okay?
They'd be very careful how they message that to agents.
According to these videotapes, Disney blatantly discriminates against white men in particular.
I think I'm sort of well prepared for it. I'm well positioned for it. But as far as Disney's concerned, I'm a white male. That's not who they're looking to promote at the moment.
As a white guy, even Michael has his own doubts about the possibility for advancement for himself at Disney. In fact, Michael actually got to experience Disney's discrimination against white males firsthand.
I've been at the company 11 years now, so I have friends in HR and I have friends in those divisions. And they're like, look,
not anymore.
Nobody else can tell you. They're not considering any white males for a shot. They're just not.
Pause it for a second. So just to remind everybody, this is happening in Amazon, Netflix, Warner Brothers, absolutely everywhere. It's not just Disney. And these are the exact conversations I've had with people who are working. A lot of writers are like, I'm just towing the line right now. And I'm expecting to be fired at any moment, or for me to get work, they pick my team of writers for me. And it's usually, and think about this. So you got a very experienced writer and some producer who just showed up a couple of years ago is picking this guy's team, right? And it's you have to pick between 4 diverse people, and that's the quote. They say it out loud. Here's your writing team, and the guy responds with, well, shit, I'm going to be writing this whole show now. That's what's going to be happening. I'm going to have they're going to come in, they're going to put input, and I'm going to have to work around them while I write the entire show. And it's a prominent problem right now, and it will just eat away at the fabric of creativity. We've already seen it. What the fuck do you think the last half decade has been? God.
And if you guys, if you guys don't believe this is a real thing, I just put some in the private chat. This is breaking news. Disney just did this, showing that they're confirming that's all true. It's all true. This is what Disney just did. If somebody wants to share my screen,
I can't believe
the link.
Disney.
Yeah, look at here. Boom.
Wow. It's about time. It's about time.
That's great.
But what we're seeing here isn't just happening in these entertainment companies. It's happening all throughout corporate America. Any company that has DEI policies are doing this exact same thing. And I have seen this shit firsthand at the previous company I worked at. They talked about the whole thing with basically the incentives for executives for hiring more minorities. So, I mean, it's not like they're keeping it quiet.
No,
but if this actually goes somewhere, it's going to break the whole
things like the Babylon Bee and South Park are not going to be able to keep up, because as crazy as that headline was, I heard that there was some thoughts of removing Walt from Walt Disney, removing the Walt.
That is
and don't be surprised if they fucking do it.
Wow.
I would, yeah.
I would.
It's his last name, the Disney.
Well, look at the one Disney heir who's like fucking psycho. Look at her. She's all for all this stuff.
That's how we know creativity does not go through your genes.
No.
The
her
or the him that's a her or
Abigail Disney, that one, right?
Abigail Disney.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, this is going to continue. We just saw it. Disney is not interested. The people that are at this fucking company are not interested in telling good stories and making fans happy. They're just not. They have, like, Inside Out 2 is out right now. It's going to make $1 billion. It's going to be a massive hit. I saw the movie. It's a good movie. I don't think it's as good as peak Pixar or anything like that. It's fine. Guess what else was good? Coco. When did that come out? When did Coco come out?
2016.
2016.
Long ass time ago.
And they still. I think Coco is far better than Inside Out 2. But point being is that Coco was an exceptional movie, and then we got a bunch of bullshit after. So they do have the ability to give you a good movie occasionally, but they're just not interested.
There's no willingness.
It's dumb luck. It's dumb luck that these things are happening occasionally, because they do, like, from a historical standpoint, Pixar used to have a home run every fucking time.
Yep.
Every single time a Pixar movie came out, it was a home run. The Marvel Cinematic Universe was hitting home runs and grand slams every single time. They have reached a point now where the people that are hired at this company, we saw it with the leaked Zoom call. We've now seen it with the James O'Keefe stuff. We've seen Chris Gore and Alan and the stuff that they've been like, these people fucking hate you, and they hate the idea of the legacy of this company, and they're going to continue to give bullshit, and it's going to continue for, I would say, the next 5 years. Like, I don't think that we're going to see any kind of shift. People ask me, oh, Inside Out 2 is good. You think they've turned around? Fuck no.
No.
Not even close. Not even close.
It's a fluke. It's a fluke. It's like Deadpool when that comes out. If it's good, if it does well, that's great. But it's a fluke. It's going to go right back to trash right after that.
And you also have to rely on people actually acknowledging this is the problem that they say it is. The unfortunate thing with the James O'Keefe thing is that sort of the counterattack line is basically built into it, right? This is a white guy who has been turned over for promotion. And the obvious response for people who are trying to defend these policies is, oh, well, he's just jealous. It's not because they said no white people. He's just bitter because a minority beat him to the job because they were better. That's actually not a difficult message to push. And the other unfortunate thing is, if you present these kinds of policies to people in a positive way, in other words, are you in favor of positive discrimination in order to elevate underrepresented groups to positions of power and trust and authority and better jobs? Most people still support that. It's when you change the language and say, does that mean you are in favor of discriminating against white people, that it becomes unpopular. But as long as you can just recapture the language and present this as an entirely beneficent and charitable thing, then people will say, well, there's actually still not a really big problem with that, because most people just respond to the way the question is framed and not what the actual content of the question is. I don't know that we're anywhere close to actually changing the way people think about, say, affirmative action more broadly, which is what you need to do to really ultimately end this problem. This is going to make a splash for a little while, and then it will go away. And that's a shame, but unfortunately, that's the way it is.
That's the way of the world.
I have a theory about this where, okay, when you hurt your arm, you can still live. When you hurt your leg, you can still live. When your heart gets affected, you're kind of fucked. Walt Disney World is the heart of this fucking company. Universal is about to fucking kick their ass so bad with Epic Universe. I don't know if you guys have seen like what they showed just the other day.
Monsters, yeah, hell
holy shit. And it's going to be a game changer, and it's going to hit that market share even more. And when Epic Universe opens up and the experiences that they're offering, and the shift is already starting to happen. The shit, like, people don't understand how big Walt Disney World is. It's fucking massive. It's twice the size of Manhattan. It's insane how big. It's not just one theme park. People that have never been don't understand how big this place is. It's fucking insane. They have their own interstate. But
they need it to be that big because of all the fat people there.
And it's also paid for everything, and it's covered a lot of expenses. I guess the cruises do well too, but the entertainment division hasn't been profitable at all. Streaming, theatrical, none of it's been profitable. When they do get a hit, well, it gets the three bombs that follow suck up all the profits from that. And they've been able to get away with it for so long, for what Jeremy just said. Those damn parks, they pay for everything.
Yes. So Epic Universe opening at Universal, like Epic Universe is going to be bigger than Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios combined. It's huge. It's got Super Nintendo World. It's got a new Harry Potter world. It's got the Dark Universe. It's got, I think, How to Train a Dragon. And there's one more, and it looks incredible. And if you watch that video, you'll see. And the point I'm trying to make is that that's where I think you're going to see a huge hit for Disney. They're going to take a substantial hit when this park opens, and families are going to start being conditioned to like, well, I'd rather just go to Universal when I'm on my vacation. I don't really want to go spend my time at Disney. That's going to hurt them big time in the long run.
When is that park going to open?
Next year at some point.
Oh,
I
damn.
don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be a game changer. It really
it's going to be huge. I can't wait to go see it. I want to go.
Yeah.
Yes.
It looks amazing. It looks amazing.
Was it Jay who said on Tuesday night's main event that all the Imagineers who's left Disney have been working on
a lot of Imagineers that left Disney that were creative geniuses which created Walt Disney World, what it used to be. A lot of them have migrated over to Universal now, and you're getting that creativity at Universal.
Yep.
And again, I want to be clear, and we had to say this today. I'm not trying to paint a picture. We're not going to Universal and they're not like selling MAGA hats. Okay. It's not like you're going to be like, let's go get our tiki torches.
They own MSNBC.
Oh, you know what? Hey, they actually should do that. Make animation great again. That would be awesome for them.
That would be great.
At least doing something that applies to families. It's a little cheaper. They can make them money.
Yeah.
I'll support
Dude,
that.
it's cooler. Right now, it's cooler. As far as properties, Disney has nothing. They don't even have the proper Avengers. Universal has the fucking real Marvel from the 90s, which is old, and it's still awesome. And Harry Potter. Don't undersell it.
Huge.
That whole experience there, even the small one that we see, even the one on the West Coast gets it exactly right. It's everything that Galaxy's Edge should have been for Star Wars. Yeah. And every detail is right, and it's freaking great. If you're a Harry Potter fan, you're not even leaving that place.
Yeah, it really is an experience. It's pretty great. So we'll see what happens. Universal, I mean, they're not perfect, and they have things that you're not. Again, I just don't want to paint a false picture there, but it's a very good experience for if you're going there. Families going on vacation, going to have fun. It has a great atmosphere, and it's just so much better than Disney. It's what Disney used to be, and with them opening a whole different park, it's going to be a game changer.
Yeah, when one company abandons and betrays everything they were about, there should be another company there to scoop it up. What we haven't been seeing in the past is companies competing against each other because they've been all lockstep doing the same fucking thing, which has been odd. Don't you find that just odd? Giant corporations, cutthroat business, but we're all going to have the exact same beliefs towards one thing and not take advantage of your enemy or your opponent being a fucking idiot, which is just bizarre. But it's not bizarre when you think about what's important to them with the message, and they still think, as this guy says, we're not going to play it, but he says it later on the video, on the James O'Keefe video, they still think that's the best way for them to make money, which is freaking retarded.
All right, no, that's fine. That's fine. You continue to do that and not make money over time. You're going to lose the generational audience, and then the next generation, Gen Z, they're going to be doing stuff outside. I feel like that's the direction that it's going. They were so upkept during the 2020s. They're going to be wanting to do outdoor venue stuff.
I'm holding out for the analog generation, Garrett.
I think
the
that's
one that
a possibility.
unplugs completely.
I think that's a possibility. I'm hearing a lot of that stuff. It's like live venues, like comedy shows and concerts are booming right now because people want to go outside. So the theme park thing, that is a possibility. That's a possibility. So keep doing it, Disney. Have fun. Take these franchises that we used to love and just ride them off. And
acceleration. We're all for it. I want Acolyte season 2. I want the Marvels 2. She-Hulk season 2.
More She-Hulk.
New shit.
I'm thinking about Disbrew, specifically Willow season 2.
Oh yes.
I want it all.
More Ahsoka.
Oh, we're getting more Ahsoka. We are actually getting
we're
that.
gonna get Ahsoka.
Legion of Memers. Gary's saying I want it all, and then find that clip of him saying I want to ride Hagrid, and clip that together.
I want it all, baby. I want it now. Freddie Mercury.
He was so passionate when he said that. I want to ride. He was like, I want to ride.
Hagrid, man. Still have not ridden Hagrid. Need to get over there and make that.
We got to make that happen. We have a reason. We have a reason for that. We have a reason for that. Quarterback.
Gay?
So, I mean, aside from that, to be fair, aside from that, the Green app, which we were supposed to start with this week, we're going to start next week. We're going to start next week with the Green app and our exclusive hour. They have also, I don't know if they want me to say on this, but man, they shouldn't, because I'll blab anything when it's not an NDA. They have a studio that we could do an FNT from.
Yeah.
From Florida.
Nice.
I'd say we do it.
Oh,
Let's
nice.
go.
I think we should do that.
I think we should do it and then go to Universal. I think
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Business expense?
everything I do is a
Hell
business
yeah.
expense, dude.
Yeah.
My comic
Hell
shopping,
yeah.
my comic shopping in North Carolina was a business expense. Okay, I was showing
Hey.
X-Ray Girl a comic
Well,
shop. I held him up in a few live streams. Write that bitch off. Let's fucking go. Rollin' the Wretched starts it out with 4 parts, $100. Rollin'. And his smooth balls because he waxed them and told everybody about it.
Weird, bro.
At a Chrissy
See the
Mayer show.
shirts? Oh yeah, and he made shirts.
I would. I'd monetize your
Like
waxed
tiny
balls.
shirts?
Didn't he
Wear on
make
his
a
balls?
shirt that said? Did he make a shirt that says "I shaved my balls for this"?
No, that was something we made for him.
Oh, that's worse, Roland. You couldn't even monetize your own shaved balls. If you don't know what I'm talking about, at a Chrissy Mayer show, he admitted that he waxed his balls.
Publicly.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Publicly,
Yeah.
without shame. No shame. And to this day, no shame. He doesn't give a fuck.
How do you do that?
Many times in super chats.
You asked at the show, and he kind of explained it, and we all wanted him to stop. We're like, no.
You bat wing it.
He has this perfectly like
what he
shaved head, so his head like looks like a shaved ball anyway. So I just know what the downstairs looks like.
I take that very personally.
Is that a personal attack or something?
Personal attack?
Is that a personal attack or something?
Sorry to hear you're getting canceled again, Gary. I'm actually not. Disney is not after me. Looper, who is owned by some corporation, said that the Critical Drinker and I foster hatred with reviews of a bad TV show, and then they deleted it because I'm sure it had nothing to do with them saying that, with leading in without, in my opinion, or speculatively. It was a very matter-of-fact statement, and they deleted it. So, oh well.
Didn't they say that you were like encouraging bigotry?
Yeah.
Because of your.
Mhm.
Which, you know,
Bigotry.
I mean,
and
yeah.
dude, I saw a Reddit post. Somebody screenshotted a Reddit post. Somebody was on Reddit crying about Moist Critical, and they were like, "I've always really liked
his hot
Charlie's
takes.
videos. You know, I've really liked Charlie, but his opinions on Disney Star Wars, including The Last Jedi and The Acolyte, are very concerning, and he's starting to sound like the Critical Drinker." That's
where you got the opinions from. So maybe that's why he sounds like it.
All criticals know each other.
Hey,
Yes.
No.
This was going to be much larger super chat, so you wouldn't join Ian hoeing on a corner. But, well, I mean, there's a kink for midget hookers. Okay, so, but I took the
Burn
under
hell, Gary.
I will. I promise you. There's
Right
nothing
next to
Father
you.
Christopher Miller can do.
To me, yeah.
I am doomed. But I took the under on Chrissy Mayer, making it 1 year and lost a boatload of cash. Happy anniversary, Chrissy. D-Day Cobra has a new bike just in time for the end of Pride Month. The Ass Pounder 4000 is never going to stop pumping Pride Month from behind. Ryan, now might be a good time for you to get gay. Hi, Ian. Sorry about the whole Ian Petty thing on what's Ian Pete?
Yelling at parked cars.
Yelling at parked cars.
Okay, my bad. Sorry, I don't know the acronym of your stream.
That's fine.
Don't make it more than 3 letters. It's a little hard for me. Okay.
I get confused after 3.
I get confused, frightened and confused after 3. Why did you me on X? X-Ray Girl? Is that how he typed it?
Why did I mute you on that?
He says, why did you me on X? That's a.
I can't read everything and know what he means.
Keep
That could
fucking
be anything.
read his brain.
Hey,
Why did you insult me on X, block me, mute me, proposition me?
Proposition.
block me?
We're going to go with
Me
as.
too.
Why did you proposition me on X? I'm going to go with that one. Since I am I am a very lovable guy.
Pride Month, inclusion and diversity.
That's right. You got to get your DEI points somewhere.
Yeah.
Aside from stealing half my staff to play video games with on Sunday, but
I
that
don't
doesn't count.
steal.
You
It's
steal.
for the fucking show.
Oh.
You see how
Oh,
he
is that what it
oppresses us?
is?
He's the oppressor.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I gave them the opportunity to come into a show and play video games and have fun.
I accept
All
your
I'm hearing is
apology.
you're bypassing the oppressor.
I bypassed the oppressor.
Someone guilt the man tit eating Papua New Guinea into unmuting me. Oh, he muted you. You muted him?
Yes.
Why?
Because he's fucking rolling the wretched and he talks nonsense.
This is true.
You
I have to go through my timeline and I've been added into a bunch of shit.
You unmute him right now. Right now.
No. We'll speak on Sunday, Roland.
I need to say enough wonderful things to Az, so he sends me a lovely cameo for my August birthday. I got an August birthday. See you on Microwaved Tea Sunday. Yes, Microwave Tea. You get an early applause for Microwave Tea. I like nuclear tea. It's good. Dude, Americans don't drink tea. Okay, we drink tea when we're sick.
Sweet tea.
That's it.
Sweet tea.
That's
cold with
sweet
ice
tea
and
is
sugar.
sugar. Okay, that's all it is sugar.
Exactly,
That's
baby.
what I'm
Okay.
saying. No, we drink real tea, which is sweet tea.
Okay, I
That's
get
how we
that.
do it in this-
Americans
in the
improve
States.
everything.
Yeah, right.
That's like I don't really drink fruit juice. I just drink Kool-Aid. Like that's basically what it is. It's not quite the same.
Yeah.
I don't really watch Star Wars. I watch Disney.
Accurate.
Today's read is Philippians or Filipinos 3-2. Look out for those who eat man tits. It is time to say hail to FNQ, Fellowship Chat, Mods, Baby Thor, and Pizza Time Hawaiian Pizza. I'm going to get some when I go to Comic-Con. Oh, by the way, Garrett and I are going to Comic-Con.
Oh, we all, darling.
Going to Comic-Con,
Still waiting
writing
for
down.
Don Vosk's gay single. It's not Dan's fault. It's mine, but we'll fix that. Hashtag #Nerdrotic. Until next time, so long, gay boys.
You're breaking Gary's brain with these long super chats. He can't handle it.
I can handle it. I'm fine. Dude, this is my normal day, Ryan. Okay. Everything breaks my brain a little bit. It's tough. Not another dime has gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships for $50. Dude, don't do drugs, guys.
A million times.
It's
That's
bad.
the question. Is it breaking or is it already broken?
It's broken, man.
We know the answer.
The fact that it works as good as it does is kind of a miracle. Okay. I'm a miracle of science. Not really. Ryan for 50 euros, the not gay Ryan. Who knew that the Gimp from Pulp Fiction was a Sith? Bring out the Gimp. Oh, we should have put that in the video. Oh, we should have put that in the video.
There's still time. There's still time.
We got at least one more. At least one more. Quentin Collins for $50. So, Demandla, that's good. Demandla. I like that. Thinks that babbling incoherently and gyrating like a drunken exotic dancer wins the moral high ground. It impresses Iger, KK, Harvey's hench beast, and others while liberal pander or other white liberal pander bears, and that's it. I agree. Yeah, that's it. Everybody at Disney. Ministry of Wrong thing for $49.99. Hey, Stenberg, say you're oppressed, but bitch, don't bother. Got a rich white guy in your corner saying, I'm your father.
Hey.
Girl boss too close to the sun, of course. You got burned. Somehow, the last fuck I gave never returned. Hail FNT, I'm out. Not bad. Gatekeeper, spelled with an 8, for $100. Thank you. Love you guys. We love you too. Subscribe to all. Join Gary first.
Awkward. You didn't have to make it that weird. You didn't have to make it that fucking weird.
Yeah, I did.
Make it weirder.
Man, I could make it weirder.
You
want to see me make it weirder?
Let's get real fucking weird up in here. Yeah.
Let's get weird. Yeah. Let's wait till the bonus hour on Rumble. Yeah. We're gonna subvert their expectations. Just make it the gay hour.
Everyone will literally be wearing.
Yeah, well, no,
Let's just praise Disney Star Wars for the whole hour.
we will just we'll
I love it so much.
I take that back. We're going to talk about black rappers. It's going to be the black rapper segment. Drinker was supposed to be next at OB 100, but missed the show visiting after 3 months over the road. Joined Platoon recently. Also, eventually, I wish you all continued success and along with you and your family's good health. Thank you very much. That's very nice. I'm not used to that. I was like, where's the punchline? What do they call me? Like dementia-filled moron or something like that.
Congrats to Drinker, 100 years open bar.
Yeah.
100 years.
It's more years.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's a long streak, man.
Well, it's one episode. It's one episode a year. He did.
Yeah.
100 years of streaming. Hasn't aged a bit. He looks really good. Maybe the alcohol.
Which is
does.
weird because he's Scottish.
The alcohol.
I know.
Yeah, he's like embalmed.
I don't think there's ever been a Scotsman live to 100. I don't think there's ever been a Scotsman live past 35. But there you go.
The chat is speculating on Ryan. They say he's checked out. He's thinking about Taco Bell. What are you thinking about, Ryan?
Well, I am thinking about what I'm gonna have for dinner. But,
So am I.
But
Taco Bell.
it might be Taco Bell. Yesterday, after I got off of Drinker's stream, I was like, I just kept thinking about the what is it? The fucking Bob challenge.
McDonald's. Yeah.
The McDonald's challenge. So I did actually go out and order it. I didn't finish the last cheeseburger because I didn't want to like kill myself or whatever. I felt a little stuffed, so I basically laid down on the couch and took a 30-minute nap like a snake while I digested my food. and then I got up and went about my day.
What, did you do the drinks though as well?
I did. I don't know if I would have done 4 medium Cokes, but again, they fill it with ice, so it's tough to know how much is in it. But I did 2 cans of Coke Zero, so I could definitely do it if we were in the position where we had to like a challenge for that.
But you said on the show,
I believe in you.
I'd do this in 20 minutes.
I ate what I ate in 17, so
there you go. You probably took your time.
I didn't feeling like complete and utter shit. I was like full. You know what I mean? I could have eaten more though.
If it's a competition, you can feel like utter shit.
Yeah. Wait till you're 50. It'll all make you feel like shit.
And then I'll be dead. So. Can't
Arg,
wait.
another name on the Streamlabs side for $50. Twilight, the touching tale of a girl's struggle to decide between necrophilia or bestiality. Yes! All of a sudden, it makes the movie more interesting. I don't know why. Magnum Norris for 100. I'm here with my obligatory Hyundai chat. I told Jeremy about the sale on scissors at Office Max to commemorate E3, Episode 3 of Acolyte. He had Beardo read it and was semi-retarded when I sent it. Gary, there's a half-price sale at Office Max for scissors. Scissor me timbers. I'll go. Lesbians in space, ladies and gentlemen. It's what Star Wars needed. It's what Star Wars needed. It's what everybody wanted. JT for $50. Looking forward to Chrissy dressing up for an Amandla Stenberg parody on FNT. Oh, that's a good idea.
I have bronzer.
I was going to say.
No. I dare you.
Maybe just go tan. That's as far as I'd go.
I am light-skinned. I could do it.
We need to see a whole parody video from you, Chrissy.
Yes.
Do the black and white filming.
Yep.
Go out there in the streets of New York.
Shake it.
Just working off my rage so I don't become an alcoholic.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not
didn't
fair.
work for
It could be
me,
a
but
drug
it might
user
work
as
for
well.
you.
It might work. It might work. Ryan's rage is gonna. No, Ryan, you're gonna. I agree with Jeremy. 105. You're gonna live to 105, and you're gonna be miserable for the rest of your life. Yes.
Yeah. Dude, whoever's YouTubing at that point in time, like, please basically just monetize Ryan.
It'll be
as
fucking
the joke.
Ryan.
No.
Ryan will be in hospice doing 4 videos a day. Okay.
He'll be like Joe Biden. He'll be just walking around aimlessly, not knowing what he's doing, pooping his pants. Someone needs to monetize this guy. Like Ryan's gonna be like.
I'm not gonna be like that.
Million, I'm gonna be like 15 million subs at that point, still making Disney fucking Star Wars videos.
You know how embarrassing it will be if I'm 100 years old and only have 15 million subscribers?
That would, that'd be pretty good.
That'd be shameful at that
That'd
point.
be pretty good.
Like. Yeah.
And you'll still just be talking about diversity.
4-minute videos.
I'll be complaining about all the brown skinned nurses. In my,
I was gonna say there's too many good black people in my hospice. Okay.
Oh yeah, they keep stealing shit from my table. I know you took my quarters.
Ryan, there haven't been quarters for 10 years. Okay, there's no such thing as quarters.
We pay with our palms.
Mr. Kinnell.
It's all
Okay.
Bitcoin now.
Yeah.
You know, I was once on this show called FNT. All right. Let's
take you back to your room.
It had 20K live viewers one time.
Yeah. Retro Meister for 50. Hail FNT in the panel. Yesterday's video by James O'Keefe revealed and yet confirmed, but vindicates everything you guys have said over the years about the insane business practices at Disney. I think you guys should get O'Keefe as a future guest for FNT.
Ooh.
I would talk to him specifically about Disney stuff.
I can hit him up.
We could actually probably provide some more context with, I mean, considering we've been covering for some of us for 10 years, some of us for 8 years, some of us for 5 years. Eric July's been on YouTube for his entire life. He was actually born on YouTube. So yeah, I think that'd be an interesting conversation. Hell yeah. But I'd also make him watch The Acolyte. So I don't know if you come on.
Yeah, James, we'd love to have you come on to talk about your Disney coverage. We just need you to watch this 30-minute lesbian.
You're going to love it.
They're just going to come in and say, yeah, I only made it past the first 5 minutes. Like, bro, you watched the wrong space lesbian film. Okay.
Wrong one.
You either have to watch the whole thing or watch till you come. Those are your options. Yeah.
Vernt Toast Space Girlfriend for $50. Vernt Toast. I read it right. Hail, have you guys checked out the YouTube channel Sia Talks? Or Sia? Is it Sia or Sia? S-I-A-H. He's got some solid takes. Might be a great guest. So long, gay boys. I'll check it out. The Rave on the Streamlabs side for $50. We, the Fellowship, need to help It's a Gundam reach 1 million subs on YouTube. Hail, It's a Gundam. How is he not? Well, I know why he's not in a million.
Well, yeah. Pokemon out there trying to get him.
Yep.
I blame
Hold him down.
Criminally undersubbed, one of the best YouTubers out there. Please subscribe to It's a Gundam. We love Papa Gundam. He's fucking awesome. He'll be back on the show.
The last episode he was on.
God, it was so wild. Too hot for YouTube.
Disappeared completely from YouTube. It's available on the Green app, though. You can watch it, but we'll have him back. Freaking love Gundam. Hey,
wild episode.
If you would consider it, our live channel, Nerdrotic Live, is like this close to 100,000 subs. So if you haven't subscribed to Nerdrotic Live, where I post the nooner and we do Forbidden Frontier and I do a bunch of other stuff. I review live TV shows sometimes over there. Please do, for completely selfish reasons, so I can get that third play button.
Yeah, we got to get over that hurdle.
Yep. We're close. It's also, we're going to change the name of the channel and stuff, but that's not important right now.
Wait, you're going to change it after you hit 100K?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Well, change it before you apply for the verification.
Okay.
They'll take it and you have to go through the process all over again, from what I understand.
Really? Maybe I keep it
Yeah.
the same.
Well, no, I'm saying as long as you change it before you
I don't even think
apply.
Yeah.
Like the check mark. You'll lose the check mark.
Yeah. Well, don't you have to be at 100,000 to have the check mark?
Yes, but
Okay.
if I remember, when every channel I've had that's hit it, you had to submit to get the check mark. It doesn't automatically get it, right? You have to submit to get it. Yeah. So I'm saying change the name before you submit to get the check mark. That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha. Remember when they were going to take that away?
Yes.
God. They actually bent the knee on that one pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
They did. You also need to help him with his escape from New York. I've been giving him support. Like, I support him leaving New York. He needs to get the fuck out of there with his fund. We might need to hire Snake Plissken to get him out of that hellhole. Haha. Gundam, come down to Texas, man. It's hot, but it's free. And it doesn't have fentanyl zombies in certain. Don't move to fucking Austin. Don't move to Austin. Don't move to Dallas proper. Yeah. And you should be in Houston.
Any city, really.
Any city. Fuck cities. Cities are fucking terrible.
Fuck cities.
I drove through Atlanta. Fuck Atlanta. Atlanta's like LA East. Fucking terrible. The traffic sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Andre CR on the Streamlabs side, 3-parter for $75. We thought the Wacko light was cringe enough, but Nambla every single time Berg said, "Hold my decaf soy venti latte," and had a seizure while recording They Themself. I know. I now want to know if Chris Gore is having a stroke. Had better moves. He actually did. I witnessed it, and his stroke moves were better. Hail, Frank the Stroke Gore, by the way. I know you're listening. That song is like the U.S. dropping napalm in Vietnam, but instead of napalm is cringe. It's cringe. The only thing missing is that in that video is the G&G unit bling, and Ryan needs to collab on the next rap song to make it decent. Hail the 199. Yeah, boy. Hail. Yeah, Ryan's rendition was wonderful.
Be glad we didn't play the actual song. It is lethal.
It is
really
well, she mumbles through. She's on.
It was really weird, like the low whisper.
Yeah.
Going viral on Twitter ASMR again. Rapping.
Did we also address the irony of the fact that she's spent 72 hours making a song to tell us that she doesn't care about our discourse?
I know.
Yeah. Most people just move on with their life.
Most
normal people, that is.
I love it when they say it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as it doesn't matter. The pronouns didn't matter. Why do you care?
Yeah.
I'm the biggest. I'm a big Star Wars fan. Why do you care about Star Wars? It's like.
If you don't like this, you should get punched in the face.
Right.
Oh, that fucking guy today,
fuck?
was it? What a fucking penis. He looks like he gets face fucked by Mr. Bean on the red.
That was imaginative.
I'm imagining Mr. Bean's face when he's doing. He's like,
Andre CR.
I don't know. People that think he can play about Star Wars, I think they must be like an insult, because this is an incredibly fucking original insult, or maybe just punch them in the face. Dude, if somebody came to you with a fucking bald fist, you'd be on your fucking knees crying like a little bitch. That's what you'd fucking be doing.
That kind of hate, like the direct hate towards people, I never see that coming from our side. We're only critiquing the movies, the executives,
and the actions
of the actions of the people that do this. We're not directly attacking fans of the show, even. Like, if you like the show, that's fine. I mean, I question your taste, but if you enjoy watching it,
we sometimes we roast them a little bit, but it's playful. It's like we roast each other,
it's
but we
not
don't
like,
attack. We don't attack people. We will roast somebody's out there and like, Disney Star Wars saved my life because there was a black woman in it, and you're like, you need to get roasted. You absolutely need to be roasted for that. But if you're just like, hey, I like this show, it's really good. If other people, I know a lot of people don't like it, but I like it. Nobody's going after you.
Yeah, that's
fine.
Nobody cares in that case.
No. Nobody cares. Like, okay, cool, we get it.
That's the thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But when you talk about they should be punched in the face.
Yeah, when you go like, why are you guys so interested in a Space Wizards movie? But then they're like, but at the same time, they're like, this movie literally saved my life.
Right.
And you're like, wait a minute, what? I thought we were stupid for caring about it. Now you're saying it's changing your life. What are you talking about?
You're asking for consistency.
It's an ever-changing rule book. We've been through these things many times.
Yep.
They look for a plan of attack. This guy's just another basic, let's try and shame people to shutting up, bitch. It's all about trying to shut people up. It's all about trying to stop people from criticizing. It's all about trying to stop pointing out the massive errors, the massive inconsistencies, the massive canon breaks, lore breaks, terrible acting, terrible casting based on diversity as opposed to my brain's gone dead because it's
Merit.
Thank you.
Merit.
The meritocracy. So when you call out these things, and they're all very logical things, and they're all very valid things, you call those out, that goes against the principles.
That's the vast majority of the criticism, as you're right, comes from treatment of the characters, the actual story. When you buy into these IPs, the reason we followed them for decades, some of us, and bought all this shit is because we really like those characters. And when you treated them like shit, it's going to make us mad. And they love to conflate it. Yes, we're going to call out the obvious DEI stuff because it's fucking obvious. It's just that obvious. And you're asking me not to say the sky is the sky's not blue, it's purple. Fuck you. It's blue and this is obvious. And so what? So what if I fucking call it out? Big deal. And
how many lights are there, Gary? How many lights?
4 lights. Fuck this. And I don't give a shit. I don't care about the repercussions. I don't care. None of us care. And we've never cared about that. And just for it to go on this long, that's where it's laughable. I hate to fucking quote Elvis Costello because I fucking hate him, but he's right in one song. I used to be disgusted and now I try to be amused. That's how I deal with Disney Star Wars because it's just funny. Andre CR for $6. And I almost forgot that Wookiee die by the lightsaber wound. Didn't he watch Ahsoka and the Obi-Wan series where you don't die from a lightsaber? What a complete loser. Well, he's a man. It was a male Wookiee, guys. Okay, so, I mean, to be fair.
It looked like it just been slashed across. It didn't look as if it had any depth. It just looked like
it's
it'd been
flesh wound.
Yeah. So if anything, I could kind of buy that maybe he would have survived that. Meanwhile, all the other bitches are getting fucking impaled. So's the other bloody, oh God. I'm going.
Okay. Okay, Jeremy. By the way,
have a wonderful night, everybody.
X-Ray Girl was doing her best Mauler impression, by the way. Just want to point that out. click. Jeremy, you got to go.
I'm out. 20,000 new record for Friday Night Tights.
Oh yeah.
The chat's the best. Thank you guys. It's so awesome to see. I'll see you for Cobra Cast later tonight. Have a good one, everybody.
Later, bro.
Bye.
I'll see you for Cobra Cast later on. Have a good night.
Have fun playing Elden Ring.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Ass cast.
Oh no.
Delta Mike for 50. The opposite of review bombing should be review fluffing. Let's make it so. Oh, there's lots of fluffing there. I went over it on a past live stream, but you just go through the websites of the positive reviews for the Acolyte, and you will have heard of maybe half of them. Maybe.
Are you trying to be outlets?
Yeah, the outlets.
Like the critic reviews. Yeah.
The critic reviews, and it's just blogs. They're basically giving it to blogs. And I'm into this shit, and I read these articles, and I go to these places, and I have not heard of half of them. I mean, Black Girl Nerds and Geeks of Color and fucking shit like that I've heard of. But
these are people that get in the interviews too. These people that have no presence, and they throw some gender ambiguous person looking up there to talk to them about how queer Star Wars is now, and that's the interview.
Yep. Bat Perez on the Streamlabs side for $50, 2 parts. Long time lurker, first time donor. Oh shit. Oh no. No, that's not it. There it is. Okay, I got it. I was on the road soundboard. My bad. I'm in my 50s. But I've been lurking since you were at 89 or 88. It's 89. See, I'm in my 50s and I can't see the 9 or the 8. It's blurring into me even with my glasses on. So it's 89,000 subs. That's a long time ago. That was 2019, early 2019. I seriously hope we can go back to talking about good sci-fi on the regular instead of being surprised when it happens. I do too. Yeah. We got some good fantasy if you want to tune in on Sunday with Ryan and Mahler, and we'll be rotating in Shad and Fringy and other people to talk about House of the Dragon, which so far so good. So far so good. I watched. I was telling Ryan I rewatched it on my home theater, and fucking it looks good. That like they're bitching about a fucking Wookiee fight, and the dragons look so much better this year. Like, and they were good last year, but they improved. They could actually show Rhaenyra getting off a dragon.
Yeah, like that is the one little criticism when I was doing a couple like freeze frames. Like, looks a little wonky with her getting off, you know. But just for a heartbeat, and they're doing 10 hours. Well, 8 hours, I suppose, this season of shit that's going to be heavy on very difficult CGI shit.
And we still don't know how they're going to end it, Ryan.
Not with Battle of the Gullet.
No, I don't think so. That's too big of a battle to do in season 2. It's a huge battle. And well,
Battle of Honeywine or whatever.
Yeah,
they can do that one.
Yeah, they can do that. Part 2 is the question for the whole panel is there a chance for indie productions to take the place of corporate crap for those that still value quality? Gracias from a Puerto Rican fan. Hail Puerto Rico. Love Puerto Rico. I don't think it'll take it over, but it becomes a viable option, which is what the independent sphere always should be. It's a viable option, and it's also your proving ground. It's your minor leagues where you develop talent, right? And they've really undercut it, and that's going to be a big problem in the future. You're not getting your Nolans or your Quentin Tarantinos anymore because they're really just not developing talent. And everybody kind of mostly the indie sphere is going into horror because it's more profitable and it's easier to do, and quite frankly, it's better and more successful.
It's fun. It's fun to make.
Also, I think Godzilla -1 really opened everyone's eyes for the quality that you could produce on such a small budget.
Oh yeah.
That should give a lot of indies hope, because it's a lot easier to fund a $20-something million film than it is for a $200 million.
Yeah, now's the time.
There's a possibility. There's actually a possibility. Like you said, it's the time right now where the movie industry is becoming irrelevant. You don't need them to do all these things. You can go out and make your own movies, and it could be a la carte. It could be smaller.
It could be regional.
Audiences,
you could
but
be
it's still successful enough to continue. You know,
it could be regional. Like, you know, there were bands back in the day that just never broke out of Texas, but they were huge in Texas or huge in SoCal, and you can make a good living. That's kind of how I think this is going to go, and that's like true capitalism, by the way. Just mom and pops popping up everywhere, doing their thing. And, you know, once in a while you'll get something extraordinary, but if it's there, it's up to the audience ultimately. If they start finding a place, you know, where it becomes easier to find them, usually it's on YouTube, right? And how you promote it. Promoting is a big fucking thing.
So, the distribution side of things is interesting as well, because I think, you know, streaming has made life a lot harder, I think, for a lot of these newer people who a risk might have been taken on them once upon a time if you were doing, say, a serialized production which you could cancel midway through because it just wasn't getting the ratings and it wasn't this huge, massive budget thing, and you hadn't locked yourself in before a first episode had even aired to guaranteed 10 episodes of $120 million of this, which has to go out, which automatically means the person putting it out doesn't want to take a risk on a new person very often, unless they think they can control them, because that's a huge dollar investment. So it's harder in the current distribution model for anyone to say, well, I'm going to cut my teeth doing like a small episode of a really cheap show, and I'm going to prove what I can do with limited budget, and I'll work my way up from there. So the distribution side of things will be interesting to see whether or not, say, like the rise of AI, for example, or general like internet distribution can take the place of what the streaming services are currently trying to do and doing wrong, in giving people a new outlet for which to, you know, get back to what TV kind of used to be. We don't have that yet, and I don't see that happening soon, but that would be one way of getting more new people with better talent and skills back into the industry, is you give them a chance on small budget productions.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, though, what's going to happen after that is if they take too long, Little Platoon, there's a finite amount of talented people out there, and they go off to do other things. Like the talent will be the talent, and it will go somewhere, and it will usually go to the place that gives them the best chance to succeed, and they can make the most money.
Or it'll be something like Marvel, which steps in and says, "Oh, you did one good indie film. Now here have the next superhero film, and we'll tell you what to do with it, and it'll be shit, and your reputation will be trashed forever."
Yep. And you won't make enough money off it to live a year. So,
So it's interesting because I don't think we're there yet for like larger scale film production and stuff, but I really see technology and the accessibility evolving in that direction. We've kind of hit there in some areas, like with publication and print media, right? That is basically accessible to anyone really who wants to do it. And the only major barrier that faces independent authors is marketing and getting reach to sell their thing, because you can make something just as high a quality without a larger publication industry. I don't think we're there yet with film, but it's getting in that direction where the barriers are getting broken away or lowered or easier to pass through bit by bit. And so, as things progress, it'll become easier and easier for independents to compete.
The independents have to go through so many gatekeepers, including studio, distribution, unions, and they need to get back to smaller crews, smaller budgets, one creative person in charge, not these marketing teams. And that's where independence usually saves any form of entertainment with music. It goes through cycles, books, comics, everything. They used to go through those cycles. The corporatism has prevented that now. They can't take chances on shit, like Little Platoon said. I was on Glenn Beck today, and I was trying to formulate this quickly because I was on a radio show. But the corporatism is not taking risks. That's why, Inside Out 2, hey, great, it's doing great. It's a fucking sequel. It's another fucking sequel.
Not new.
In a year full of prequels and sequels.
They're on Toy Story 5.
They're doing a sequel to Spaceballs. They're that desperate for anything.
Dude, it's too
Josh
late.
Gad.
Dude, Disney Star Wars is the sequel to Spaceballs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, to be honest, if they did it, they have so much material.
They do
so much good material.
But it's Josh Gad, so it's gonna
Josh
be
Gad.
So it's gonna be
terrible,
shit. Yeah. Now if it was like Kurt Metzger, okay,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be
Chrissy
great.
Mayer, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why'd you say it like
Kyle,
that?
Curious
Kyle
about that.
Flanagan.
Oh.
That was-
Oh yeah,
I
Kyle.
don't know. I was sarcastic. Yeah, Kyle's so funny.
Sean Aiken has donated $99.99. Hasn't said anything, just walks away, drops it like a child. Hail. Script for 50. No long message, just wanted to spread a little wealth to those worthy of it. Hail to the chat, hail to the fellowship, hail to Ryan's big ass forehead. We love Ryan.
Regular forehead.
He's got a full head of hair. He's just got a big head for his big brain.
Yeah, exactly. My hairline's not receding, and my forehead's just way too fucking big. Is what it is.
That's why you saw yourself in Kiani Mundi when you watched that.
That's why I was so upset about it.
Yeah. God damn
He
it.
meant a lot to me. He was my favorite Jedi. And also the fact that he could slay a bunch of pussy. That was cool, too.
That makes me like the character more. I didn't know that because I don't give a shit the prequels, but now he is so much cooler. So
Yeah.
3 wives.
One of the few Jedi in history that just got allowed to go and fuck whoever he wanted because his species, there's not many males in his species, and they don't live very long. So he got to go forth and procreate for the better of the
But it turns
Sarean
out he was just
species.
bullshitting the Jedi the whole
Is that true?
time.
Is that just the story he told? He just wants to get laid. He lied.
Yeah.
And now he's even cooler.
Yeah, he covered up the Sith shit. He just lied so he'd go off and fuck a bunch of hoes. This dude's even better. You know what? The Acolyte saved Kiadi Mundi. Okay?
It did.
He told a better story now.
They did. Hey, hail Raging Rhino for making me aware of the Looper thing. Props to him. He made a video. Go check it out. Go check out his channel. Again, big fan of Dave Filoni. He's got a whole video series coming out on his love for Dave Filoni. For 50 Australian dollars. Gary, I owe you my thanks. Yours and Drinker's encouragement for hatred and bigotry helped me pass 6,000 subs. Yeah.
Nice.
This week, also just want to thank Ryan, Jeremy, and Flash for the shout outs in their videos. The power of many. Cheers, guys. Cheers to you, brother.
Cheers.
Can't wait to see you in LA. He's going to be at LA Comic-Con. That'd be cool to see you. Legalized Adulthood has gifted 20 Nerdrotic memberships for $100. Hail!
Nice.
The Common Nerds. Oh, hail. What's up? On the Streamlabs side, this is 3 parts for $60. Says, and I almost forgot that Wookiee died by the lightsaber wound. Didn't he watch Ahsoka? We read this one. Did we forget multiple parts there? X-ray girl. Did I slip through CERN?
Some time vortex.
Time vortex.
Or did they both say the same thing?
Or maybe it was part 2 that we didn't get to. What are you doing to me? It's all right.
Quickly, someone fill the dead
It's
space. Yeah, Ryan, kill yourself.
You just read the next one and then go back to it.
There you go.
There you go. That makes more sense.
So there's completely okay. So part 1, Gary, it was so good to see you all in Vegas. Can't wait for San Antonio. Eric K put his meat in mouth, and it was amazing.
Oh wow.
Okay. Well, Eric K was passed around as barbecue, right? At Vegas. It melted. Thank you, sir. Wow. You might want to keep that one to yourself, but you know.
Pause, man. Pause.
Yeah. Finally got monetized after Director X bullshit on the new channel. Hi, Julian. Can't stop the signal. No, you can't. Good for you. Today was a record-breaking $5 Fridays on my channel, $1 a minute. My show is going until 12 p.m. 13 hours. There you go.
Damn.
I have the best supporters in the fellowship, so have some. Hail to the fellowship. Hail the 199. And man, the Wings of Liberty never may the Wings of Liberty. X-Ray go nailed me on that one.
Nailed Gary. Okay.
And man, the Wings of Liberty never lost.
May the legs.
You know I'm burgundy with this shit.
The legs of freedom.
May the Wings of Liberty never lose a feather.
That's right.
Oh my God, she's turning bright red. It's almost as red as your flannel.
She is. Why
Jesus.
is she so red?
What's going on?
I don't know.
Such dishonor.
Warm in here all of a
Are
sudden.
you drunk? Are you embarrassed about the super chat?
Well, I can't read this small laptop because it's all off to the side. So
Now you know how Gary feels every day.
Yeah. and I've got like a 50-inch monitor I'm reading here. So
How small like the screen is.
it's not 50-inch.
Asian size.
Asian size. Where was I? We've been stream sniping you for a while. I couldn't miss the show after all. Playing Arkham Asylum. I need to play that for the first time tonight when you wrap up. God bless you all. Well, God bless you too.
Damn, for the first time. I'm for a good road.
Hayden 75 for 50, who started his own channel, by the way. Hayden Wayne. Congrats, buddy. Hell, that's cool, dude. Thanks to you guys and Nerd Wars, I finally did it. I've entered the culture war and started making videos. They're a bit rough right now. That's normal. Don't worry. But I'm still working through it myself. But I'm really enjoying it. That's the most important part. The hardest thing for me is finding the time. Yeah, well, especially when you work a day job. But I'm making it happen. Hail FNT. Don't quit your day job. Don't do what I did.
Wait till you get fired.
Wait, yeah, do what Chrissy did. Just refuse to do something, and you'll get fired.
Yeah.
That was bullshit, by the way.
Yeah,
I remember talking to you about that, and I said at the time, I said that's bullshit.
I should really sue them over that, but it's New York, so that probably won't go over.
No, they'll probably throw you in jail. So
yeah.
Matthew A for $49.99. Where's my Arab Jedi? We'd be a hit. We already wear robes. Representation, right? Right? Guys, hello. Oh, Kathleen Kennedy hung up.
I feel like everyone would just imagine and they'll explode like a thermal detonator out of nowhere. So.
Well, I was going to say with how often Star Wars is on a desert planet, he should fit in perfectly.
There was one in the Space Lesbian Covenant going, yay, in the background.
I've just got this image of the Jedi saying, "May the Force be with you," and just blowing himself up.
May the Force be with you, and also with you.
Oh my God, that's good.
Ryan Kinnell's gay subconscious.
Hello. Hello.
For 50. I freaking hate Disney's Acolyte. The woke writing sucks. The plot is garbage. The effects are horrid, and I like cock.
I just love how it calls Tarbin gay Brian Kittle.
That was not very clever, but very effective.
Yeah.
That was
God.
good.
It's like meta clever. It's so not clever, it is clever again.
Yeah, that's really good.
Oh. Bo Edwards for 50. As horrible as the Acolyte is, and it's horrible, the Willow TV show was worse. So bad, Disney had to pull it, kill it, and bury it. You're not wrong. When they got to the magic jizz, that was
Oh wow.
it was really weird and bad. And it's gone now.
And it's unironic. They did describe it as that. This is the. Anyway, I'm not going there.
They
described it as magic jizz.
What? No, they described it as just like a mother's milk gives someone nourishment. This is the nourishment that he gives us, and then it's this excretion that this worm gives off.
You can't
And
milk
it's
a bull.
Yeah, you can't milk a bull. What is it then? It's unbelievable.
Did you milk me? Did you milk me? I have nipples.
I got it. Yeah.
Justin Martins is the last one of the night for 50.
Good, Justin.
Hail. Hello, Gary. Nothing much to say here. Just enjoying watching you read super chats like they're in a different language and 20 feet away from you. I mean, English is my second language. I don't have a first one, and I'm blind as fuck. So checks out. Oh,
That's
and
the
Disney
opening
Star
line in
Wars
your book.
sucks. That should be. It should be. I gotta change my glasses. My bifocals. People call them progressives. They're fucking bifocals. My bifocals are straining my eyes and giving me headaches now. So I have to go back to switching reading glasses and stuff like that. It's great.
You're too old for fancy glasses.
Usually that goes away after a while, but
I've already told Ryan. I went to the eye doctor and it's like, we can't up your prescription anymore. That's it. You've hit your limit.
Your shit's all fucked up, man.
Yeah, yeah. Your shit's all
We
fucked
can't
up.
help
retarded.
you anymore. You're too far gone.
Yeah, I feel like I need to go to the optometrist because I'm starting to have to try to focus a lot. Just with looking at a computer screen so much, I feel like it just puts so much stress in your eyes.
You have the blue light at least, like a pair of glasses that might help.
yeah, the blue block stuff is great.
I'd rather not.
I work at night.
It's like, yeah, I'd rather go blind than look like a fucking nerd.
Wow.
Well, you're on your way.
I'm convinced it's raised
Fuck
my
you.
IQ by at least 10 points ever since I got glasses. So
Oh, people take you serious.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Like, this guy is a smart one.
That's a smart one. We got ourselves a reader here.
Look at that.
All right, we're gonna wrap things up. What is this deep fake parody about Qui-Gon seeing Ki-Adi-Mundi showing up? Is it funny?
Appreciate it, Lady Gravemaster.
Yeah.
about
it's
50%,
Charlie.
about a 50% probability then.
This is even sadder.
Sadder?
Well, either those Jedi have to die, or one of my oldest friends lied to me about the Sith being extinct, which directly led to my death. Oh, that's really sad.
Sad.
Well, now
Okay.
everyone.
I think we gotta wait.
it's all right.
Yeah, like I said, 50-50.
50-50. Well, she is a woman.
It probably would have been better if we'd seen the beginning, before we heard the punchline and everything, but still, try harder.
Yeah, a little bit harder.
It's okay.
She said K. All right. That's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen, for tonight. Thank you for tuning in to the most viewed Friday Night Tights ever. Oh, my God. Ever.
Breaking through glass ceilings.
We are shattering them. We are not oppressed today.
We're an example to all retards everywhere.
Yep.
Yes.
You
can do it. Be
too.
successful.
You can do it too.
Maybe.
I'm sure a lot of people think that, and they'd be right. Be absolutely right. If we can do it, you can definitely do it. It's arguable if I'm even doing it, to be honest with you. What do you got coming up, X-Ray Girl?
I'm actually going to be going to Orlando and going to be on Park Hop, and we're going to go to Universal. So that'll be really fun. Saucy Saturdays, I will be doing it live with Wicked Virtue tomorrow. So sub to her channel. That'll be fun. And, going around the U.S. still. Hopefully going home soon. Nickel City Con, if you're going to be there, come say hi. Anyways, that's it.
All right. You sure you want to leave the U.S.?
I don't want to, but
good old peg legging the dogs down here.
Smuggle that guy over here.
Yeah.
Right. You can
And
crawl
Kara's
under the
been
fence.
kind. She delivered me my end of the stream drink.
Oh, that's great. I'm starving. My wife's completely forgotten about me, but it's whatever.
I can text her if you want.
I'm not hurt. What do you got coming up, Comics Division?
Well, probably gonna be talking more about the James O'Keefe videos. They're going to be coming out, and more Acolyte, unfortunately. Because
Fortunately.
Or fortunately, yeah.
Hey, there's 4 episodes to go. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, plenty. Plenty can happen.
Right.
As always, guys, great hanging out with you, and I'll see you next Friday.
See you next Friday. Garrett.
Yo, Sunday fun day. I'm back. We're playing me as X-Ray Girl. Are you gonna be able to play?
No, I'm gonna figure out some work for you to
do. My phone doesn't work anymore. Don't know how to use it anymore. We're gonna play.
It's not like you answered anyway.
Hey, I picked up the phone when it was 2 a.m.
You did.
Like, what are these lesbians? Why are they doing this thing? And I was like, I have no idea. Leave me alone.
I called you and Perry. I called you both.
And we eventually figured out what was going on.
Because I'm watching this 4 times, and I don't know why this bitch got up to go look at the machinery. Did it knock? Was somebody sabotaging it?
It was nothing.
Well, I'm sure it's going to come up in the flashback episode. The other flashback.
That's it. That's it. And then Normal World on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. Go check it out. We just did The Outsider's House. You can watch that documentary. We went there and toured it with Danny Boy from House of Pain. It was really cool.
That's cool.
So go check that out.
Stay Gold, Pony Boy. It's a good movie.
Stay Gold.
Good book. Good movie. Francis Ford Coppola. Yeah. Rumblefish is a little better, more stylistic, but I like The Outsiders. 80 Brown Bear for $49.99. Just love you guys. You have inspired me and my friends to do our own discussion. Good, because that's all this is a bunch of friends bullshitting. Called 3 Drunks on a Tangent. On 80 Brown Bear Hail FNT. 3 Drunks on a Tangent.
Nice.
Good.
You gotta switch it up. You could do 3 Drunks on a cosign.
Ah.
Oh, I like that joke.
Little calculus joke for the Asians.
Anyways.
Anywho. Shad, what do you got coming up?
Same stuff. Covering the Acolyte, House of Dragon. That's a lot of fun. And there is good energy around the Acolyte at the moment. Not the way that Disney wants.
No.
The energy is that a lot of people are paying attention to it because it's so bad, and it's just waking a lot of the normies up. As it feels like the final bit of evidence they needed to realize Disney Star Wars sucks. And there's a lot of interest in the videos. I'm having a lot of fun roasting it as it deserves. And my prediction is that it's going to get worse. The track record for shows like this, especially Disney quality writing, is that they cannot stick the landings. When it gets to the end, it goes off the rails in a way that you just cannot expect. Happened with Kenobi, happened with Boba Fett. It happens so often. And so the ending of this show, I predict, is just going to be one of the biggest dumpster fires, and it's going to be fun to roast, and I'm looking forward to it.
But the thing is, when you start off the show and you do the first 1 or 2 episodes, there are so many things that could possibly happen that we're able to write things in our heads that we think could be possibilities. And all too often, they take like the least logical, most retarded approach they possibly could.
I know.
The further down you get in the line, you're like, "Oh shit, this doesn't make any sense." There's only a couple things I could do to possibly make this make sense, and they never do it.
Every time it surpasses my expectations for how dumb it is. Like whenever I look at a show, I think about how I would try and finish it off. This is how you'd want to stick a landing to make it logical, but that's me trying to apply logic to it. I cannot predict what type of stupid path they're going to go down, and so I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how bad it's going to be because I just don't know. I don't know what they'll do.
It really is fascinating.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
As I said, when Amandla Stenberg came out with her video, I was shocked, and I didn't think I could be shocked by anything involved with fucking Disney Star Wars. And I'm like, I cannot believe she made this. I thought it was fake.
I was expecting a post or a tweet or like whatever. Yeah. I was not expecting a 3-minute and 45-second music video.
A diss track. Yeah.
Gyrating.
They
I thought, someone's done this with AI. This is just a deep fake trying
That's
to
what I
take the piss
thought.
out of her. Oh, yeah. No, it's actually real.
No.
Chrissy Mayer, heading back to stand up. What do you got coming up?
Oh yeah, I'm heading back to stand up. I'm headlining, next month on Saturday, July 20th, in Mount Kisco. That's up here in Westchester by me. A venue called Jazz on Main. So go to jazzonmain.com for tickets. I think there's 2 shows. I have to double check. And then I did a really fun episode with Razor Fist this past Wednesday. So check that out on my channel and subscribe because I'm trying to get to 100K.
Hail Razor Fist, another guy who's criminally undersubbed. Like, been around forever, legend on YouTube. And how's baby Frank?
He's so good. He's 10 weeks old.
Aw.
He's talking. I don't know what the hell he's saying, but he's talking.
Is he writing for the Acolyte?
It would make more sense. It would make more sense. Ryan Kittle, what do you got coming up?
Just normal stuff, making videos, keeping everybody updated on some Acolyte things, Sports Wars, Geeks and Gamers Daily, the normal shit. Other than that, not much. Oh, I guess Sunday, House of the Dragon stream, 15 minutes after the show ends. And then I've been doing EFAT TV with Mahler, Rags, Fringy, and Theo, going over the Acolyte, which it's been fun to share the pain of watching that the first time with a couple other people. So those have been doing really well. But other than that, normal stuff.
Right on. And I thanks to Little Platoon coming on again. This has got to be especially hard for him. I mean, because he's actually smart. And we're fucking stupid. So it's got to hurt his brain a little bit more. So we appreciate you coming on, and we appreciate you making like hour-long videos about it too, because I freaking love them to death. Please tell the fine people where they can find you.
Oh, thank you very much for having me. It is always great fun. Yeah, I'm pushing us into 401 years of oppression, continuing the Acolyte coverage.
Yes.
So that'll be good for another 4 weeks worth of no sleep. Yay. Then I will take a short holiday probably before Rings of Power. But yeah, just more Acolyte stuff is coming up. That's basically it for me.
You'll be able to afford that holiday. And yeah, get your rest because Rings of Power is right after it.
Ooh, I still need to finish reviewing season 1. I promised I'll do it and I haven't done it yet. So I've got like 2 seasons to go.
Ugh. Yeah, be careful of those promises, man. People are still waiting for a Picard review. They never bring it up every day. So
Platoon, I like that your avatar, I don't know if this is intentional or not, but it's winking a lot.
Oh, the eyes are just kind of fucky. It's probably just me being kind of fucky at this point. I've been staring at the screen for such a long time. He can sort of wink and blink, but sometimes it gets confused.
It could be twitchy.
Yeah, he twitches a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes he freezes. Sometimes he falls asleep. He has his own little consciousness going on there.
I like it. I like it.
Are you wearing a turtleneck in real life?
It is it's England. It's a heat wave. So no, obviously not. It's like 15 degrees over here. So
it's like 15 Celsius.
I know.
Whatever the hell that
means.
means.
No air conditioning.
You call that a heat wave?
No,
come on.
No.
We actually do have air conditioning now because my nan sadly has got sort of quite late stage Alzheimer's, but we bought her like a big old fan to keep her cool. But she thinks that it's listening to her, so she doesn't want it. So actually we have air conditioning. So it's great. It's like silver linings to everything.
There is. Well, sorry about Nan. Thanks for coming on. You're always welcome back. And Sunday, House of the Dragon with Ryan, as he talked about, and Mahler, and Shad or Fringy, one of the two.
One of us.
One of the two will be there. Talking about we're doing it all. God, thank God it's there between. I forgot about Rings of Power. I actually
Rings of Power comes out in August, so we
put it out of my fucking mind.
You know if Acolyte is any indication for the fans ready to just destroy something, Rings of Power is going to be amazing. I can't wait.
So the Green app starts next week with the bonus hour. Will be dual streaming on the Green app. Also will be followed by a exclusive Nerdrotic Nooner on Monday, and then Forbidden Frontier. But Forbidden Frontier will be on Nerdrotic Live Sunday, so don't forget that. We've got a lot of stuff for you from Cosmic Summit, which is pretty awesome, by the way. But yeah, just released a video. Check out everybody else's videos, because that's the best part of the Acolyte, is watching everybody's videos. And we'll see you next week with
Critical Drinker.
Hey.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Critical Drinker.
Had
a little switcheroo. It's all right. We'll let him on. Up and coming guy. He's doing okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't wait to spread hatred and bigotry with him. It'll be lots of fun. Lots of fun. Thanks again to the Nerdrotics. You do a great job. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat and donation. You help keep the lights on. Square Up coming up in the next 3 or 4 days on Nerdrotic Live. Thanks to all the lurkers. Thanks to everyone who participated. We appreciate you all. And thank you again for making this the most viewed Friday Night Tights. We will see you next week.
Fantastic.
Ciao.
See ya.
Bye.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.